Virtus.pro. Off we go against Na'Vi, one of the old classics, right? VP, Na'Vi, Eastern European qualifiers.
Yeah, these are the two of the teams that have always been synonymous with Dota, right? Na'Vi and VP, they've just always been in the scene, always relevant teams as well. Or, you know, always a big name at least. I guess Na'Vi had a fall after a certain period of dominating.
Yeah, I mean, they still got the fans, though. You know, I remember one of my first LAN events was a Dota pit. And Na'Vi had been knocked out in, like, you know, early parts of the playoffs or something like that.
How many Na'Vi shirts did you see? How many Na'Vi sweaters were at the LAN?
It wasn't just that. I can't remember what the matchup was, but it was like Team Secret versus, you know, Liquid or MVP Phoenix or something like that, right? And the crowd was chanting Na'Vi, Na'Vi, Na'Vi.
Yep.
They're not in the tournament anymore. You know, they're not here. They're not playing. They're not on stage. And you got fans chanting and shouting their name. You know, that's how deep it goes.
I mean, they were the first big team in Dota2. Got some cred from that still.
Now you've got Alliance Nande playing for Virtus.pro. Still got the Alliance tag. But yeah, this fella's come a long way. Shining star and popped into this VP team. It looks he could be the making for one of the best carries.
The battle begins.
Yeah, we'll see the bounty runes here, 2 for 2. Fair and even trade. Dawnbreaker does get some vision with her innate. Not too useful this time, but see you in 10 minutes. Impact from the innate.
The break of dawn.
No Phoenix to gimmick around with the innate in this game.
Oh, Sanctity. A bunch of branches. Squadix lets a melee creep go first. Wants a high five and he'll get it. Mid lane gonna be pretty much a wash, right? Just hit creeps until you're level 6 and then go do stuff?
Yeah, I mean, both these heroes are pretty good spell farmers, so it's very difficult to prevent any of them from getting the CS that they want. So they should hit their timings really well, is what I expect. I don't think that anyone really has kill potential. Speaking of kill potential, side lane though, Io.
Level 1 death.
I think he just overplayed. Got flame braked? I wasn't there on the lane, so didn't see exactly how it went down, but flame break on Batrider level 1 must have caught him out together with Starbreaker.
Level 1 death. We had this exact same tank. Like, Fishman played Io, I'm pretty sure, in the calls for Dream League. He also had a level 1 death as Io, just stepping forward, not respecting that Io is a squishy little piece of crap that doesn't do anything at level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tethered up my guy, and then what?
Yeah, you rely a lot on your positioning as Io. You just auto-attack and that's it, right? So if you can break that positioning with some mobility spells, it's really useful.
Either way, good start for VP, getting that early first blood. And they need it in this lane. And Shad and Kaori can shove the wave, get their level 2, and they're pressuring past the tower to keep this Dawnbreaker and Bat at bay. Kaori also has access to his small camp to pull. The large camp is currently being blocked by the Batrider himself. Doesn't want the large camp being dragged across.
Yeah, it's fine for them if the lane just plays out without pulls, then that's going to favor the Dawnbreaker and Batrider. If there are pulls happening, Io generally will be pulling ahead with that. Has more mobility, but he has the small camp, so probably going to go and do a little bit of a semi-pull on this creep wave. See if Kaori can get a split pull.
And Dawn and Bat would love to get these long chases down a long lane if the pulls happen. Yeah. Currently, Dawnbreaker sat in front of a tower farming safely, while Batrider contests the small camp.
He goes over and can get some of the farm at least, as the Io pulled the lane back. We haven't talked about top lane, but top lane, we got the TA going up against Boom's Primal Beast. This lane
so far.
I mean, it's a tough lane for a Primal Beast against 2 ranged heroes who can bully him, but so far, QBFY has done a good job.
It's like a tough lane for Ench against Lion Primal if she gets too far forward, and then tough for Primal Beast if he gets 2v1 by the Ench TA. It's like dragging the wave away from the TA, but also not giving up the Enchantress feels good, and now Nande steps out of that whole situation and just gets trampled down with a good stun from Lion and a few more hits. That Lotus, is that enough to get him to tower? It looks like it, even turning around to get damage back onto Boom. A real back and forth in that top lane.
A cheeky little hit. Got the Lotus as well. Did not want to give that away to the Primal. Primal is going to salve up, so he does have advantage right now. Being full HP, TA still quite low. Has to wait for the courier to bring some regen.
So Boom gets to play out the lane to his desires.
Yeah, and Lion by QBFY. QBFY has just been looking really good lately. He's looking for those kills here.
Yeah, I mean, we loved him on Palinitsia. He looks just as good here on Na'Vi. One of those players who kind of popped up and has immediately jumped into the upper echelons of Dota very quickly.
Yeah, I think he fits there. Needs time to be in this highest level and get the experience there, but for sure a strong player.
Yeah, what was it? Milan put it well. Like, there's a lot of things that he's like in the right place at the right time, right? He's like, his instincts are there, but there's a few things where he hasn't learnt, the kind of the pro way of doing stuff. I think Lion stun in particular, there was a couple of times we noticed he was like stunning down the middle, trying to get 2 people instead of just going for the guaranteed 1. One of those things that you learn, over time that guaranteed 1 is better than none.
Yeah, definitely.
He tries to get the most out of situations though, and his instincts are very good in terms of finding pickoffs as Lion. Yeah,
it's also a player style, right? Some players are much safer. They just want to make sure that you get what you can. And some players are looking for those big payoffs. So even at the pro scene, I would say, you have a bit of a personality difference in how players approach the game.
Yeah, basically, if he's Lion and you're Morphling, you do not want to be playing in that game. Non-stop hunting. Anyway, right now, his job is to deal with the Enchantress. Keep Boom nice and happy in this top lane.
Yeah. He's just throwing some stuns every now and then to TA, but without auto attacks laying in with the stuns, TA doesn't really get bothered too much by this harassment. He's feeling pretty fine. Has the pull camp as well, so just getting a bit of an advantage. Bench though gets chain disabled.
Yeah. That's why it's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much kill potential with a Primal and Lion. The damage they bring, the disable they have is really nasty. Power spikes are coming up for the mid laners. 6-minute runes. They both have level 6.
Squadix gets the regen.
Gets an angry blood grenade thrown at him from the IO as well.
Does it? But IO Gyro are like, yeah, we want to get involved. Blood grenade thrown.
Yeah, not gonna be able to catch him though. He just casually walks away. That regen rune does allow him to play a bit more aggressively now on their spirit.
And Happy Time's down bottom now. Noticed on his Dawnbreaker is about to hit level 6. Bat has left the lane to start stacking, building up this large camp and Ancients. Notice is going to clear out at least the large camp wasn't stacked.
No, he didn't stack yet, but he was in position to do so. You're right, it was his idea, but Dawnbreaker switches over here, and Batrider will go and take the Wisdom. Just swapping locations.
Yeah, they'll get level 6 on Dawn eventually.
Dire are scanning.
Off the back of it. So now Gyro and Io going from strong laning position to feeling like they're a little bit on the back foot, afraid of a spirit rotation, definitely respecting the Dawnbreaker's moves. As a bit of a move to try and grab Wisdom Runes comes in, but Enchantress cut off by the Lion.
Yeah, so even trade on the Wisdom, not gonna get stolen. But as you were mentioning earlier, with the Dawnbreaker ulti available, it does feel like VP are the ones who might have a good kill potential if Earth Spirit finds a rotation now. He might be thinking about going top. You already see him kind of dragging towards it. Probably gonna wait for the 8-minute power rune.
That's why this Dawnbreaker Spirit becomes very potent. Play kind of hidden into a side lane somewhere, get a jump, and you turn, a 2v2 into a 4v2 very quickly.
It's real nice having some global presence.
That's why it's also nice, Shad and Kaori tuck in the jungle so they're safe, hidden from vision. Hango leaves the mid lane as well to go play in his triangle to clear a large camp. Just in case he was going to get rolled and caught out in the mid lane, so very protected. Na'Vi plays there to keep their cores safe from the combo.
Yeah. Our Spirit is invading, but he did walk past an Observer Ward. He saw some Mud Golems left behind, so that might tip him off that there could be a ward nearby. And he walks into the smoke with Batrider, looking for anyone jungling, but Gyro farming safely.
Anyone home?
Yeah,
There's nobody here.
Nobody defending. At the same time, they're not making a move somewhere else either, so... Navi, bobbing and weaving a bit. See them trying to defend.
Bring
Want to
the
bring
Pango
Pango
down,
and Lion here.
That's going to be the strength of the Pango, why we talked about him over the Magnus. That ability to react and play fast like the Earth Spirit can. Roll finally connects onto the Dawnbreaker now, but notice... Let's see if we can get out of this one with a bit of wriggle room from the Earth Spirit and the TA's rotation. They can turn onto Shad. Hammer thrown, magnetized in, and Squadex straight towards Shad. Gyrocopter left, stranded here by his IO. Gonna tick down, get finished off. And last hit from the Dawnbreaker, while the Earth Spirit did chase deeper, looking for Kiori. Gets the finishing touch and a 5-man rotation from Virtus.pro. Gets them a couple of kills down south and likely the tower.
It's a very awkward chase onto the Dawnbreaker. The Gyrocopter didn't have enough mana for his ulti, so they didn't land a call down. I think with the call down, they could maybe have gotten a kill there. But even with the Pango roll, they weren't able to bring down the Dawnbreaker, and now losing a tower. All this without Dawnbreaker having to use her ulti. This is a really good start for VP. Dawn being targeted now. We see the IO and Gyrocopter diving in together with the Primal.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's middle
Alright, so looks like right now we have a bit of an issue with Garrett connection. But we see a move coming out from VP moving towards bottom, taking over that area as the top tower does fall. But Navi, they want to defend it. They're going through their gate together with the IO Gyro, but this was spotted by a TA trap. Maybe they will make a move down there and fight it. Dawnbreaker ulti is ready, and they have 3 heroes in the area. Earth Spirit just needs to connect with his Batrider. Doesn't look like he wants to leave mid lane. Lion is just sitting there and camping together with the Pango. Gonna smoke him up now. Looks like they're gonna be the ones to make a move bottom instead. Earth Spirit not connecting. This could be a good fight coming up for Navi. Wrapping behind. Pango going behind. Looking for it. Gonna connect into the Batrider. Not the biggest kill, but gonna defusel him and he will die very quickly. Meanwhile, Primal is just building his farm up top. Oh, Lion went through the gate, but he's alone. TA gonna run into him. Primal Beast tries to connect onto the TA. The relocate is there. Global power coming in. Nice Dawn ulti though. Primal Beast trying to bring people down, but the reload is gonna pull the Gyrocopter out to safety soon, so Primal just gonna go down. Now Pango is here. Way too late. Sanctity trying to join his team, but just not really here in time to take that fight. If he was there 10 seconds earlier, that would have been a dominating fight for them. Looks like he's just gonna move back for the rune. He has an illusion controlling the arcane rune bottom. It's a race between him and Squadex. Squadex has the roll ready. It's gonna get body blocked by the jump and then Diffusal slowing him down. He's gonna deny the arcane rune as well. I think maybe he could have gone himself if he walked around. Body blocks. He's trying to let QBFY reach. The stun is there. Not too bad. Hexes up the Dawnbreaker as well, so she looks to be the kill instead. Blade Mail does a bit of damage return, but not going to be enough to deter the Primal Beast. On the back of that, tower falls. Right now, Navi just playing a little bit faster than VP. VP did a good job on the top fight on the Tormentor, but not really able to keep pace with the Primal Beast and the IO Gyro aggression coming out. Hopefully we'll have Gareth coming back soon. We had some technical issues with Discord not allowing him to hear anything. Reconnecting doesn't matter, so he'll be with us soon, hopefully. Bottom lane, the Batrider is working on his level 6, been leeching experience down here as well as working towards his Blink Dagger. Lion is gonna come in. This is just the land of the supports now. Oh, well, he's going to be fine on mid on the Pango. Gets out to safety. Just an Ancient Nerve Spirit, not really enough to threaten him. Oh, while this is happening, the carries are farming safe areas. TA is very close to finishing up the Desolator. Not a bad timing. 14 minutes, almost has the entire thing. Gonna be a 15-minute Deso. Word from Lion, but now he's pretty deep in. Tries to go for TP out, and that's gonna be fine. These supports do not have a cancel after he stops the Batrider getting close enough for the lasso. Of course, they could cancel it by bringing in the Dawnbreaker, but you don't really want to ulti for just a support like that. Bottom area is going to be safe to farm for VP for now, especially with the Dawnbreaker able to support it. Navi, just building some ancient stacks and farming them. Gyrocopter going for Assange. Yasha first. No Crystallis. A little bit interesting to not go for Crystallis. It's quite common to want a little bit of extra damage. Maybe he feels the IO gives him enough farming speed. Primal Beast is just 700 gold away from his BKB now as well, so that's going to be his big timing to play around. Looks like they want to go on him. Earthspirit is nearby. They're trying to bait with Batrider to see if the Primal Beast is going to charge in. He knows better though, he's playing safe. For now, this farm trade is not too bad for Navi. I heard Gyro farming really quickly, and Pango is enjoying a lot of space up top. They do want to make something happen with the DD rune that he has though. DD rune on Pango is a really nice power spike to play around. All of Virtus.pro just grouping towards mid, looking for a tower with the Dragonlance time or Deso timing on TA. Top, this Observer Ward has spotted, noticed. If he goes up even a little bit here, he would die very quickly to two of them. Lion and Pango do have the damage, especially with the DD rune. Mid tower goes down though, no contest, so PP get a small advantage. Here, Primal Beast charging away. They could get on him, it would be nice, but he dodges the traps. Gonna stay safe. Primal Beast just farming up and does have the full BKB coming out. So we'll see if a move comes out where he groups up with the Lion and start making moves across the map. For now, he's been stuck here just pushing out the bottom lane. Well, ideally, they want to get him involved in something more. Players are being very kind to me since they know that I'm not a play-by-play caster, so they're playing a very slow and methodical game here. Mostly just macro-focused. Split pushing going on. Only 4 to 5 kills at 16 minutes. We have Lion with 500 gold to his blink, so QBFY soon gonna have a way to initiate, but he is a little bit behind the Batrider, who already has his blink now. This blink has not been revealed, so this could be a big way for them to initiate. He has a smoke on him as well. He's looking to group up with the Earth Spirit and then perhaps go for a move. Oh, they might smoke under a ward though. The Observer, it's spotting them. He's gonna smoke right after that creep camp perhaps. Not using it. But of course the Blink Dagger is no longer a surprise as he's walked under this vision. No doubt Radiant are aware of it by now. We see some drawings from VP. They're suspecting that an invasion is coming, and they're actually completely right. Sanctity as well as QBFY are moving up under the cover of smoke. They're looking for the Dawnbreaker, but I don't know if the two of them kill Dawn without reinforcements. They need the relocate as well, and that's where it's a bit dangerous to go that deep near a tier 2 tower. Primal Beast getting ready for a top rune spawn. Looks like a rune fight is coming. Centaur is there from Enchantress. Oh, just gonna be a denied shield rune. Damn. None of the players want to go for that. Meanwhile, all this has been going on. The TA has finished up a Blink Dagger as well. So we have Blink on TA, we have Blink on Batrider. Lion is still 400 gold away, not making any money as he was running around with the smoke earlier. And we see slowly VP methodically being more and more aggressive, going for this tier 2 tower with the Desolator, saying, what are you going to do about it? And right now, Na'Vi are just off strolling in the jungle. They're not finding anything. This tower is going to fall if TA is allowed to auto-attack it. She even has the Orb of Destruction as well. I believe that we have Gareth with us on the line again. Gareth, are you back?
I'm here. I can hear you.
You missed like 0 team fights. You're good. They waited for you.
Excellent.
Yeah, the players are really polite.
One of the weirdest things I've ever encountered. Like, I'm there in Discord, I can chat, I can see your green light lighting up, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I mean...
No, I turned everything on and off, and it's just like, right, restart PC, that's gonna fix it, and now we're good, so...
Sometimes that's the only way to go about it. I mean,
technology, just
random...
in my computer.
I've had that happen as well in some casts. Discord just sabotaging me. It feels like it, you know, you need to be nice to it, otherwise it's gonna do that to you.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, my cat has just pressed something on the mixer. I looked at the mixer and nothing has changed. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Last time I know she muted production for me.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You and I were casting and that happened.
Yeah. No, none of that. But right, where are we? Minute 20, 4 to 5, 2k lead for VP.
Yeah, a lot of key items are finished. We have the Beak Beyond Primal, never used. We have Blink Daggers coming out for multiple heroes. We have Blink TA, Lion, and Batrider. And overall, both teams are fight ready. Pango can get silenced up.
Oh, I'll just roll. No, none of that. But right, where are we? Minute 20, 4 to 5, 2k lead for VP.
Yeah, a lot of key items are finished. We have the Beak Beyond Primal, never used. We have Blink Daggers coming out for multiple heroes. We have Blink TA, Lion, and Batrider. And overall, both teams are fight ready. Pango
now gets low ground.
We got the roll.
And now he gets to roll up in time. Is he going to just escape and TP? That's the name of the game for Sanctity.
It's the space created. That was 4 heroes on him. He's happily just going to click the TP button on that one. Sure, his ulti goes on cooldown, but with that many heroes moving for him, it's completely worth. Lion spotted TA bottom. I believe she was taking over the Watcher as it was Radiant. They're looking for a relocate over there, but they don't have resources. Like the HP on this Io and Gyro is really low. I think they called off the gank.
They were like, let's kill Tormentor instead. Get a shard. Go and play through top, get some farm. Who's been playing the most like comfortably? We're seeing that move from the Earth Spirit. It looks like VP are the ones making moves.
VP have been the ones with a bit more authority, yeah, overall. But both teams have, you know, done similar things. They got the top tier 2 tower, bottom tier 2 tower has been taken. So it's very even so far. We just haven't seen a single clash yet. It's very tentative. It feels like this is one of those games where the first team fight can dictate so much. It's going to give away Roche. It's going to, you know, tell who's going to be ahead for the mid game. So both teams are very cautious about how they enter the first fight. Speaking of Roche, I think they're going to go for it right now. VP in a good position for it.
Yeah, Radiant side.
I mean, Na'Vi are right behind them though.
They're coming for it. Smoked up towards the pit. Roshan just begun by VP.
Oh, Primal's Blink too. He can get in there.
Coming down here with Boom. Charging in with the onslaught and the trample. Enchantress in trouble, but the Solar Guardian heal is there, keeping Ench alive. And Batrider, he's being found by Shad. Helicopter shreds him on the Rolling Thunder, crashes in towards the Roche pit. Sanctity flings in. Enchantress slain and Nande in trouble. Zoned out from the rest of the team. This Templar Assassin has been isolated and surrounded. Target acquisition from Na'Vi spot on here as they just keep coming in for more. Notice turning, killing off Boom. The Gyro dropping low as well. A turnaround though with his Batrider buyback gives Notice the triple kill. It felt like it was all over.
Yeah, it looked so good for Na'Vi there, but in the end they just ran out of gas and we saw the HP, the sustainability on these heroes. The Earth Spirit is really, really tanky, and the double Blade Mill is doing work. We have Blade Mill not only on the Earth Spirit, like I was talking about earlier, but also on the Dawnbreaker. And that makes it hard for stuff like Gyrocopter to keep fighting. It just didn't have the resources to keep taking the engagement. Yeah, you brought down the Batrider early on, and you forced the buyback, but can't really stand their ground against the Dawn and the Earth Spirit.
Gyro did 4,696 damage. Dawnbreaker did 4,964 damage. Almost the exact same amount.
Yeah.
5k damage from the Earth Spirit as well. There's a lot of that continual spill damage.
I mean,
magnetize
in long fights. It's absurd. It's very, very, very strong in that fight. Until you get ways to dispel it, it's super strong, and then when you finally have ways to dispel it on every hero, then he hits level 25 and it becomes undispellable, and then you gotta do it all again, suffer the magnetize. That's gonna give ages though on this Earth Spirit, who's already incredibly hard to kill.
Yeah. My squad is gonna have complete freedom just to roll in with Aegis, BKB, Blade Mail, and Solar Guardian. All with him and behind him. And first big team fight of the game, like you were saying, kind of dictating now the flow of the match. It's going to be VP running forward, and it's going to be Na'Vi reacting. As they do so around that roll and move to D-Ward, they see the Enchantress as a freebie kill. Rolling Thunder trying to make this into something a little bigger, forcing Notice to BKB with Squad X. But the Magnetize is now out, and Boom gets off his own BKB. No real catch follow through there, no lasso onto him, while QBFY is going to be the sacrificial lamb left to the slaughter as VP charge into the enemy Ancients and force Na'Vi with their gyro all the way back to base.
Some very clean side blades from Nande as well, coming out, putting down the trap and side blading down the line. Good damage. Positioning was good from them. Na'Vi, they could get the one kill, but they don't want the dragged out fights.
VP looking for some revenge after losing to Na'Vi recently. Looking very strong here in game one. Daedalus on the TA. As I say that, they lose Noticed up at top, pulverized into a pulp by the Primal Beast and Gyro.
I feel like it's always true when you see a Dawnbreaker lineup is that you have to play towards the Dawnbreaker the entire game. You have to just try and gank her, if you're playing against her, that is. And finally they get a good takedown on her. So that means VP are gonna bail out of the area, don't really want to sit here.
Yeah, go play as 4 somewhere else.
It's also going to be a game where I think early gem is going to be super important. Playing against TA, this vision is so important to get rid of.
TA died like before Relocate really even got there.
Yeah, Lion plus Pango is a ton of damage, especially with Lion ulti.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Quick takedown, and they're playing the map really well. Killed the top Dawnbreaker, now going down, killing the TA carry, slowing down the progression of the course. And late game, if this game does scale like into minute 50 or whatever, then I heavily favor Na'Vi. They already have Butterfly now on the Gyrocopter, and once he gets all those items, the Butterfly, Satanic, you know, Daedalus Rapier, that type of stuff, he becomes very hard to deal with.
Yeah, he becomes like unkillable in this kind of game with an IO behind him.
Yeah, we got a
It'll
little...
take a lot of work to, lasso and kick and meld strike. All of this stuff has to land perfectly in unison.
Got a little sample there of the damage output that he has, and then clearing the Ancients really quickly.
Yeah. And then Mech Solar Crest IO already there. Kaori, some big items for this little bubble of light.
Yeah, at the same time, we have similar stuff on the enemy team as well. The Enchantress has the Solar Crest and the drums. Even going for a Eternal Shroud, it seems. Has a cloak and the Eternal Shroud queued up.
The item still exists?
Yeah, I haven't seen many people go for it. Like, surely Pipe is better, right? Would you really go Shroud on Ench in this game if you can go Pipe?
I don't know, what does Shroud give you again? Oh, hang on, we'll come back to this conversation in a second. QBFY's found a moment here to jump on the Dawnbreaker. Forced out a BKB. Notice charges straight past the front lines of Na'Vi, tries to backstab them from the front, and then realizes that's not a fight anymore. I do have a lasso here on the IO. Kaori healing himself up, but the Solar Guardian landing from the Dawnbreaker takes the IO out of the equation, and Sanctity is finished off and found by Squadix and Nande.
Oh, you gotta find his favorite spot to TP right now. Let's see. Where do we go, Shad? Looking to get out. He's actually looking to steal the enemy Wisdom Rune. He has an Observer Ward, so feels confident enough. No, okay. He leaves.
Yeah, not worth it.
I don't want to risk it. There's too big of a chance that you just get a run into Earth Spirit and just die.
So yeah, Eternal Shroud, the stacks of endurance, right? Every
yeah,
300 spell damage, you get another stack, which makes you more resistant to magic.
Exactly, you get massive resistances. And it can work against a single instance as well, so a big damage burst like Lion's Finger of Death can give you multiple stacks.
Interesting. Well, there is a lot of magic damage from Na'Vi, but yeah, I don't know. Feels like Pipe would be better.
Yeah, it's more the thing that usually supports going Eternal Shroud is very weird, because you want to help your team. You don't want to just build for yourself. We'll see how it works out for him, though. He is committing for a Shroud.
Yeah, I mean, reasonably tanky Enchantress. It takes a while to kill her even before the Shroud is there.
Yeah, but with the Crystalist now on the Gyrocopter along with the Butterfly, he even found a very nice neutral item. He got Elven Tunic. That's so absurd, actually, with Butterfly already on him. Movement speed is crazy. Evasion is looking great now. I think they have a big power spike to play around. TA has no True Strike. Oh, she got Quiver. Okay, so she has some True Strike. Not much.
A True Strike.
One True Strike
single.
every now and then.
Dead on our screens there, though. Templar Assassin does get found by Na'Vi. Sweep through the Ancients, kick VP out of the area. And again, the game, you know, back to dead even again. 12 to 12. 3k lead for VP. That's going to start diminishing now, though, as the map space is here for Na'Vi to take control of a bit more farm.
Batrider uses the lasso for a lion. Gonna get him. Important kill to get because he had the gem, I think.
No, the Spirit or the Solar Guardian rolling back in onto the Io. Got to contend with the Shad Gyro, though. You know, Kaori about to drop to the Impetus shot landing. And Shad is now left a little bit alone. BKB's ready. Has to use it. Allows Boom to come back in and try and defend Gyro with Sanctity. On the left, they pulverize this Dawnbreaker. They've broken the Gyro free. And boom, enough of a barrier there to save Shad.
Keeps him safe. He's gonna back out now on Gyrocopter. Gyro didn't have mana to Flak Cannon. If he had mana to Flak Cannon during the BKB, he probably would stand his ground and fight, but he just called, guys, I'm getting out of here. And getting him to safety is probably enough for that rotation.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So mostly support's going down.
The fight's kind of devolving into scrappiness as well. The one hero gets picked off. But it's kind of filtering through. Ulti's being used. In the end, you know, Io for a Batrider. Did you see the gem dropped?
I think it was the Dire's gem already, because it's Batrider who purchased it, so it was just I thought it was a gem on mine, but it was already in possession of VP.
Yeah, Earthspirit has the Dire gem and Io has the Radiant one now.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, right. Yeah, makes sense. I would have thought that Na'Vi would be the first ones to acquire a gem, but, you know, VP also getting one. They realize how important Vision is when you're playing against an IO. Don't want to get globally relocated on.
Yeah. Need a little glimpse of you. And then Roshan is up.
Yeah, Roche is up. TA knows it. Gonna run in and start taking it down. You can solo kill it, but it takes a little while.
Double meld.
With the Ench and tank it. This is the bigger problem though, the Roar.
Yeah.
Spoiling it.
Not to surprise Roshan anymore. It doesn't look like Na'Vi really contesting at all.
No moves.
Content farming for now, looks like. Just let them have this Aegis. It's going to mean 5 minutes of freedom for Nande.
Aegis and BKB now on TA as well, so she's hitting all kinds of power spikes. Getting real strong. Overall, the cores are pretty close, apart from the Gyrocopter, who's of course leading the way. A lot thanks to that the IO, buffing him up so much.
Oh, Kaori Shard.
Yeah,
That's not too bad.
could be useful here. The slow resistance is actually quite relevant in this game. There are a lot of slows on the Dire.
I like spell lifesteal for gyros. Kind of nifty as well, can be used. Batrider's going to go straight in. Laying Lasso into Earthspirit's silence on that Pango to find him. And Boom and QBFY all lined up in a neat little row.
It looked like they could maybe take that fight, but Gyrocopter and IO did not want to join. They just said, you know, the enemy have Aegis, we're not taking the team fight. Some of the spells lined up really well for them, but ultimately the Dawnbreaker just comes in, demolishes everyone with the ulti. Gonna go on Dawn. Obviously, she can just TP. I think she's completely fine.
Yep.
Gotta buy that Basher on your Gyrocopter. Go for some unorthodox build, let's go.
VP knocking on the doors. Shad gonna come and kill the banner. Yeah, it does take it down, but a lot of damage comes his way. This impetus raining some serious DPS on the Gyro's head.
Yeah, very nice to have the Solar crested up TA as well. Attacks pretty hard. And she's looking tanky, I'll give her that. She has the Eternal Shroud, so with the Defiant Shell and the Eternal Shroud, she's pretty hard to kill now. She needs Bongo Boots because she's out of the drum charges, so wants to farm the entire recipe. 1200 gold to go. Overall, VP are the ones dominating the map. But Na'Vi still have, you know, the lead going into late game. With the Satanic timing, once they hit that, I think the Gyrocopter will be making a return. He just can't really fight into the double blade mill without Satanic.
Yeah, he needs that big burst of lifesteal. This is where VP, though, kind of claims some of the prizes that have been waiting for them. Tier 1 and 2 at top. And playing out the Radiant Ancients to kind of spring into multiple lanes at the same time. Na'Vi, they're setting a trap around this tier 2, though. Boom, kind of out there baiting. Nande forces him away. I think there's a DD Panga kind of sitting and looking for an opportunity.
Top tower is under attack.
And Chantress walks over and is like, high five me! Hello!
They gotta go?
Might be paying for this, though.
Wow.
Insolent actions from the Enchantress there.
Ansh was like, what the fuck, bro? You were supposed to dawn ulti for me, and Dawnbreaker's like, nah, you're not worth it. He did kind of ask for that one on Ansh.
Yeah. Not just a little bit, a lot of.
Yeah. And they're gonna hold the tower because of that. TA is probably feeling a bit irritated because she would have taken the tower had she not lost her support. Wisdom Rune is spawning. We'll see Gyrocopter take the Radiant one. We have a move towards it bottom. Lion and Dawnbreak and Primal. IO Relocate could follow. Let's go.
Blink Hex into the Pulverize, Earth Spike overlapping so Natus can get off the BKB. And now this relocate play, not ideal from Na'Vi as Shad has the BKB, turns, does kill Bat. They get the one at the least, and now relocate the hell out of here because things got messy quickly.
Yeah, that is poor communication. They gotta coordinate the stunts. Can't have both of them throwing their stunts like that. Now QBFY has to try and get out, but Earth Spirit on his tail. Yes! Yeah, no way out.
He's done for.
Oh, even popping the Magnetize, and then the auto attacks are just brutal. The Resonance facets. Earth Spirit smacks for like 300 damage per hit.
Yeah, he's a big boy. And it's a very quick, you know, Observer Ward into Blink Hex from Lion. And I guess Autopilot kicked in where he was like Blink Hex and then I Earth Spike after this amount of time. Primal Beast kind of came in early a little bit with the Pulverize, but...
Yeah, I think Primal Beast could maybe have just gone in with the Trample and then Pulverize afterwards. I think it's more
now he's going to be the one to start in the top jungle. Goes in and gets a Pulverize, but now the Enchantress does have backup. So this Pulverize Rolling Thunder brought the Ench to like half HP. Now she's back to full, and Squadix, he scouted this Primal Beast. Silence, kick, and roll, while the Batrider sees Sanctity, but can't quite get there with a lasso in time. So they'll go to Boom, who BKB TPs.
He just barely didn't see him, so they get out cleanly at least, after what was not the best initiation.
No, they didn't get in cleanly, huh? Enchantress Eternal Shroud.
And I mean, she's proving to be very tanky. Maybe Shroud is better than the pipe for him. It's definitely better for him individually. It's just a question of, is it better in the team fights? But with the confidence that he's playing with how he's moving, the insolent move, as he said, it makes sense.
Yeah, shout out Eternal Shroud. Now just wandering into enemy parts of the map. Does get stunned up. This is the test.
Surely you don't tank the Gyrocopter.
Well, they get a jump on the IO in the back, and now Boom. Maybe going to turn around on this TA with a Pulverize and a Rolling Thunder. The Shad unloads the big damage from the Flat Cannon. The right clicks ripping into VP. Another roll back in from Squadix. Gets onto Shad. Can they defend this Gyrocopter? He's trying to heal up as much as he can, but no IO to save him. Sanctity comes in to try and clear up a bit of the mess. Now in a 1v1 against Squadix. The Batrider nearby. Boom comes back in for round 3 of
he just tipped
dead to the Earth Spirit. Sanctity gonna get jumped and killed. Super close, but the Batrider stuck around to save Squadix, who is an absolute monster.
And the voiceless Sigma moment just stands there and actually beats down everyone. This Earth Spirit proving to be too strong. The Craggy Coat was some high value there. I mean, he has, without activating his Craggy Coat, he's sitting at 49 armor. So pop that as well. You go up to like, what, 60 armor almost? Absolutely absurd. Even higher.
Yeah, Gyro just tickles him.
Yeah, and Gyrocopter doesn't lifesteal that much because of the insane armor. That's an interesting detail to talk about, which is a little bit weird in Dota, but you lifesteal only for the damage you deal. So if there's Assault Cuirass on the Dawnbreaker and Earthspirit has a billion armor as well, it's hard for a Gyrocopter to get enough HP back. Even with Satanic there, he was just going down.
Just an absolute crazy fight in general. You know, how many? Like 9 heroes died?
Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I didn't.
And everyone gonna go back and regen up, reset, you know, think about how they want to approach the next team fight. Squadix is probably the only one who feels happy with that, that performance. Like, yes, I came out victorious, everyone else died.
But he feels real happy about it. He's almost level 25 now, so he is flying ahead. Actually, Dawnbreaker is also about to break level 25, so Natus been doing a really good job farming up experience. He's gonna hit it first, I think. Next creep camp, he got it.
This is why I love this Dawnbreaker hero. Like, every draft, I'm just calling for early Dawnbreaker picks. Because it gives you this identity, this momentum. You're able to make plays no matter what happens. And then she plays like a farming hero and an initiation hero at the same time.
Yeah.
As long as you enable her with some Earth Spirit, Tiny, Nyx Assassin, whatever, she is a Tidehunter, right?
She can be, yeah. She really can be. Especially ever since they made it BKB piercing, her Solar Guardian. The fact that it stuns you even if you pop BKB is really scary. Like, you can't stand and fight under it. And she even found a Trickster Cloak for herself, so gonna add up even more survivability. Nullifier complete on her as well.
Yeah, then that's, you know, before you even start thinking about scaling right clicks. And the physical damage dealer she brings.
I actually think that Navi just can't fight VP right now. They're gonna try bottom, but the item timings that VP just hit are absolutely absurd. I think the only way Navi fight is if they insta-burst the TA and then don't lose heroes immediately. It's gonna be a tall order.
Yeah, a lot to ask for.
And the Ench, she's taking that focus. She's being the one breaking the initiation. Going in first, saying, go on me, try. The fight is never gonna work out in a good way if you all in the Enchanters first.
Hello. Hey, you don't want to initiate on that, do you? Navi trying to wriggle themselves a little closer to the pit, see what's going on over there. Then you've got Batrider and Earth Spirit on this twin gate high ground, looking for their jump.
This Ench, she's like, come on, come on. The best play would be if she was completely alone and they're just smoking all the way around. They're gonna go for a smoke now. If she had been playing like this without anyone nearby, that would have been a real Chad moment.
Well, Roshan just dies, you know. Boom. Smoke break. Blink Shivers. Pulverize. Catches Earth Spirit. Not the ideal target, because Squadix is going to turn around with a roll and a magnetize, while Sanctity and Shad, they do find the Enchantress. They take down the tanky Ench. QBFY inside the Ghost Scepter, hiding from the physical damage under Natus, who gets turned on now with Navi, bringing the Gyro into the fray on the front lines. This Dawnbreaker's low, but Gyro's out of mana. Doesn't have anything left, and with the IO dead, doesn't have that sustain and heal either. QBFY is needed to buy back, return to this fight, get a zap on the Dawnbreaker, while Boom and Sanctity look at this Earth Spirit for this next kill. Squadix very low, but will get finished off.
TA running away, committed Blink and Hurricane Pike. They're not gonna chase after her though. That fight backfired pretty hard to one small detail. Squadix, he has been owning in this game, but he missed his Magnetize. He didn't connect it, and yeah, he's even pinging right now, right where it happened. So, unfortunately, he got a little bit too far away from... Who was he going on?
Primal Beast.
Yeah, Primal, right? And he didn't connect it, so... After that point, it doesn't matter if you have the Undispellable talent. You can't apply it. It means he's missing his damage, and he basically went from being the strongest hero on the map to being not even a hero. If he doesn't have his ulti, I mean, what do you do on Earth Spirit? Not much.
Huh? Wild. I was so sure he connected it, you know?
Yeah.
You hear the little noise. He was next to the Primal Beast, but there must have been just...
You hear the noise,
difference.
yeah. It makes the noise when he cast it, but he was just a little bit too far. I think Primal got away. And this changed everything, man. I didn't think they could take a fight even, but
Very
one
fortunate for
little
Na'Vi.
misstep, you know. Dota is a game of small differences.
And now that's Gyro who gets the Aegis. Na'Vi who kill Roshan. They're the ones stepping towards your tier 2s now.
Yeah, and it's not unreasonable that Gyro could find himself with a rapier during this duration, actually. He's 2.8k gold before taking tower. This Aegis could be very important to the game
Dire's
as a whole.
bottom tower has fallen.
He is
A
queuing
cheese
up
for
on Eye of
IO2.
Skadi though, so maybe he needs that more. Get some anti-healing against all the healing going on Dire.
And Skadi against TA. Against this Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, and even for his mana pool. I mean, we've seen him multiple fights now just not have mana on the Gyrocopter.
Where's his mana going?
I mean, he's spamming his buttons. He's clicking that rocket barrage. It costs a lot.
But like, no one's burning his mana, right? Is it
No,
just like
no,
Radiant don't have arcane boots and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was looking at the same thing. I was wondering how he runs out of mana so much. Having a Wisp especially usually,
Yeah.
you know, takes care of your mana for you, but yeah, he's just been using his buttons.
He's got a bottle now.
DD. Yeah, that's mana.
Very fearsome rune within the bottle.
He's going Mage Slayer. This is big brain time.
On?
Radiant are
On the Gyrocopter. He's going final item Mage Slayer.
No, he's not.
Either it's 5-head or it's 3-head. I'm not sure, but he has a Mage Slayer, Gareth.
Like, it's coming on the courier now.
It's on the courier. I'm telling you, it's there.
I don't believe you.
I have not seen a 6th item Mage Slayer on the Gyrocopter before, but he's saying that, you know what, the Earth Spirit damage, I want to lower it. Other than that, I mean, it's not that good against the Dawnbreaker and TA, so it's really just the Earth Spirit that he wants to counter.
So he pops DD here and he puts Mage Slayer in?
I mean, yeah, I guess. It's an interesting... Maybe... it's for the mana regen, Gareth. The 2 mana regen. We said he's been out of mana. Now he has an item that gives mana regen. This must be it, Gareth.
How much is Mage Slayer?
It's like 2,400 or something?
So it's not...
800? Yeah.
So it's like, what, a 1.5k gold investment?
Yeah. Yeah, you can sell it and get that money back, exactly. So it's a 1.4 investment, yeah.
are scanning.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I mean, if it works for a single fight, then it's worth it, right?
Yeah,
if you
for
win
sure.
one fight that you wouldn't have because of it, then the question is, was it the choice? He could have gone for a rapier with the Aegis. He could have gone for Eye of Skadi that he had queued up.
Dire's
Definitely
middle
a
tower is
critical
under
moment to analyze for the players later, but we'll see what
Probably like
happens.
a confluence of all the things, right? Like him, because he bought the Mage Slayer after he got the DD, or after they saw the DD and was
Oh,
like,
wow.
okay, we have DD
He-
for this fight, and then I buy a Mage Slayer.
He now got rid of his butterfly.
Oh, really?
Yes, he disassembled the butterfly to make Swift Blink instead out of it.
Cool.
He's really getting crafty here. The Gyrocopter being able to disassemble things. The Gyro
And
Chop
Satanic?
Chop. Sata is still there. He still has his Satanic, so... He
I
already
mean, the
had that.
Claymore.
No,
goes
no,
into
he had it already.
Oh, he already
so-
had. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
Damn,
think he
I
sold.
thought I was
he
on like
sold the
next
Claymore.
level disassembling into Satanic.
I mean, it's already pretty next level. This man is crafting here. The chop shop has never been used so much.
That's wild.
Yeah, normally butterfly, not an item you can disassemble like that. So, there's a Gyro special.
And what did we saw Yatoro do it with a Falcon Blade?
Oh, he's going-
almost out of BKB up. Lasso drags back Boom and QBFY, but the Shad Gyro allowed to stand here and do what he wants, raining Hellfire down on the Batrider as they dispatch with the 2 supports. Shad gets a double kill. Io eats the cheese. Kaori's still alive. Now they turn onto Squadix Earth Spirit on the far right-hand side. Magnetize used. QBFY dead, but Boom is back in with a Pulverize. Earth Spirit's BKB is all worn out. His blade bails up. TA trying to turn and salvage this fight. They'll slay the Primal Beast, but his Gyro's still going, topped up by this Io who's hit in the trees. Shad? Ooh, that TA damage comes out of freaking nowhere. Takes out the Gyro. Now the Pango's in trouble, and the Blink away with a relocate. They get out of danger, but the Io will return to die.
Yeah, Io does not have anything to do but pray here. Please, guys, don't kill me. But they're not gonna be so merciful. They're waiting for him. He tried to sneak away, but the Trickster Cloak is not gonna keep him safe.
And a gem on the floor for VP as well.
I have to say, the Mage Slayer, I'm not sure about it after that fight. I feel like it doesn't do that much. He did hit the Earth Spirit, so he lowered the magnetized damage a little bit, but I'm just missing that big damage he could have had with the Rapier. And even getting rid of the Butterfly. Yes, there's MKB on TA, but Butterfly is a sick attack speed item this patch. Oh well. It's not all down to that, of course. It's more about the overall way you take the fight. There was some good kiting going on by VP.
Yeah, just a very explosive start to the fight, right?
The start was great for Navi. Fantastic, but they ended up just not really able to deal with the Earth Spirit when he came in as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, now Shad has Shard and Rapier queued up.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Looking at his barracks fall, drops the call down on them.
He's gonna kill the creep wave, but there's another one bottom. I think they're gonna get out though, respecting the fact that people are respawning. They also know that Roshan is gonna spawn in a bit. We have 1 minute and 45 until he could spawn.
Yeah, one of the few times that, you know, looking top down with perfect vision, the casters know less than one of the players does.
It was a very odd team fight to analyze for sure. But Navi, they've had problems with sustainability throughout the long fights in this game. They're just getting out-sustained by this super tanky lineup that VP have put together. First Spirit and Dawnbreaker just hard to kill. Ench building the Eternal Shroud. And then we have, of course, TA, who's, you know, generally pretty durable, having Refraction, Blink, BKB.
Set up in a nice defensive spot here. VP kind of ready for any smoke moves Navi might have tried. The map currently littered with TA traps. Lanes pushed in mid and bottom. Dar Observer wards up a top lane. VP see pretty much, well, VP now see literally everything.
They see everything, Gareth. Are they cheating? What is this? Full vision.
I mean, even without that Dawnbreaker break of dawn, they see everything they want to see anyway.
It would be funny if someone told you, like, long ago that one of the heroes is going to be able to make it so you see the entire map, and that's going to be one of the worst effects. It's like, what? I would argue that's still one of the worst innates if you compare it to, you know, a lot of the really strong ones.
Yeah. I mean, I was one of the people who was, like, upset they introduced quick cast. You know, it took me a good, you know, 3-4 months to realize, like, I'm the problem, not the quick cast.
I don't like change, man.
No, really. Yeah, I would have been real pissed if you told me Dawnbreaker reveals the whole map. You know, I was brought up in the days when Fog of War still existed. Like, Nature's Prophet wasn't allowed to TP into certain areas of the map until you scouted them first.
Yeah, that's true. The good old fog, the hard Fog of War.
Yeah, the unscouted,
unexplored.
Unexplored areas, yeah.
So they know it's gonna be down bottom. Roche will be up in 40 seconds. Now we don't know how soon it's gonna be up, but they're trying to get over there. They're smoking up and trying to move, but they're not quite in time. It might actually be in time. If they push the midway, they'll be in time to get over there and fight for Roche.
They're running as fast as they possibly can. They're little leggies.
Yeah. TA also has a Rapier queued up in the quick buy. Doesn't have it yet.
Oh, yeah.
6k gold. He could buy one. Gyrocopter has 6k gold and also has the quick buy Rapier. Come on, guys. Do it. Buy it.
Pull the trigger. Buy the big item.
Get rid of that Mage Slayer.
No, Roshan hasn't roared or died yet.
Yeah. He is gonna get mad very soon, though. He gets killed off very quickly. It was actually Radiant who killed it last, so no roar this time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was the Gyrocopters.
I forgot.
Yeah, cyclical. It's always weird when someone takes 52-minute Roche and it doesn't roar. You feel like it's always the same team taking it over and over.
Yeah, usually is, especially a TA team, you know?
Yeah. This time was back and forth.
Radiant scanning to see a VP stuck around.
So refresh a shard on the Earth Spirit. Can swap that for his power treads in the next fight. 2 BKBs, definitely useful for him.
Navi's still waiting in the wings here, looking to make a move. If someone shows on this creep wave that's not an enchantress,
they want to go.
they're just
They're going on the edge. They're taking the bait.
Taking the bait on this Ench. In comes the Solar Guardian, but they've actually got the damage out of Na'Vi to kill her off, while Barrow de Blinks doesn't lasso. They've maneuvered themselves into position here, but look at the focus on Shad. They'll try and catch this Gyro out, the Magnetize and everything thrown towards him, but the IO tethered up keeps the Shad Gyro in play. TA now loses her first life as Earth Spirit rolls away, and notice Dawnbreaker on the side. The help from the roll in, the heal's not enough. Kaori cannot keep Shad alive, so Gyro dead, while VP clean up Minj out of Na'Vi to kill her off, while Barrow de Blinks doesn't lasso. They've maneuvered themselves into position here, but look at the focus on Shad. They'll try and catch this Gyro out, the Magnetize and everything thrown towards him, but the IO tethered up keeps the Shad Gyro in play. TA now loses her first life as Earth Spirit rolls away, and notice Dawnbreaker on the side. The help from the roll in, the heal's not enough. Kaori cannot keep Shad alive, so Gyro dead, while VP clean up the rest of Na'Vi. A Templar Assassin comes back out, a few swipes of the side blades, and that's it.
A nice, most savage way. Oh, QPFY gets a quick kill, tries to leave.
And then.
Oh god, the buybacks though. Everyone wants to join.
Was that a triple buyback after your line has already died back? IO still has a buyback.
I mean, they would probably get their buybacks forced anyway by push down bottom, so effectively it doesn't change that much, but yeah, ton of buybacks. Dire also using their buybacks in reaction to the quick Radiant ones. So 4 buybacks on the side of Radiant, and 2 on the side of Dire were expanded out of nowhere, it felt like.
It was like, oh, fight's over, I'm like breathing and, you know.
It was as though Roche was still alive, but, you know, he already died. It was just, they're looking for a kill. When they committed on Lion, they wanted to catch that Earth Spirit. But TPing on Outpost is not very quick, so hard to catch him.
Ooh, double damage.
What an awkward situation now. All of a sudden we find ourselves with Wisp being the only one who has buyback on Radiant. The little IO. That is not a good spot for them to be in. Gyrocopter now. He does have the Rapier on Courier, it's been spotted. They ping it out. So they know the Rapier should be there. Shouldn't be a surprise to them. TA has 8k gold, does not have a Rapier yet.
Well, Gyro has the Rapier now.
He's got it. Power in his hand. Got the Swift Blink too, so he can blink in with it, do quick damage. I was gonna say last team fight was the most barbaric way I've seen a team take a fight. They just killing IO first? Nah, we just want to deal all the damage to Gyrocopter. Just smash him. They did eventually bring him down. The damage output on Dire is absolutely crazy.
The Gyro still felt like, you know, it was an alchemist with 5 hearts you're trying to kill. Like a million regen.
Oh, they're in on team.
Nande on this. Oh my god! Okay, well Nande's still alive though. Solar Guardian now comes in to turn it back onto Shad. They'll charge back and kill Nande off with his Primal Beast and Pangolier.
Gyrocopter wants to run back, doesn't have BKB. See the damage output from that Gyrocopter. They're walking out.
Sprinting forwards, been noticed. He's under a sentry there, but there's no stuns.
Should have bought that Basher.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So Gyro did 9,000 damage that fight?
Absolutely crazy, man. He hits hard. He hits real hard. We have 4 minutes for this next tier neutral items. 20,000 gold lead for VP after all the buybacks. They're in a great spot, but losing TA there gives a bit of a chance. Relocate on cooldown, so not going to be able to catch the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, back to 50-50. Thanks. Win percentage chance.
Yeah, someone will
VP,
win.
But
the gold lead is not all that matters at this stage. TA, I said it earlier, she's a tempo-based carry. She doesn't scale that well into late game, and despite her other cores being absolutely enormous this game, the Earth Spirit 15, 1, and 18, and still the game is hard because Gyrocopter is just this big threat. He's queuing up a refresher next on the Gyrocopter. Wants to have double BKB. And Lotus Orb is being purchased on IO.
yeah, stack up all the auras and buffs you can on this Gyro, huh?
Yeah, I think you need to protect him from a lasso. You can't have him get lassoed without the lasso at least being recast the other direction.
Yeah.
And since he has Aghanims on Gyrocopter, if he was to recast it, he would grab 2 heroes. Could be good. This
Oh,
is
it'd be
totally
funny,
gonna
wouldn't it?
happen in the next team fight, Gareth.
Now you've said it, you know, you're manifesting, man.
I
You
am.
put it out into the universe. Universal's going to give it back to you.
I am. I'm channeling it.
Actually, it's not going to happen now in this game. In your next pub when you play, you're going to be
Seriously?
enemy gyro IO. It's going to lasso you.
Oh god. Oh, look at this move with the smoke. They
Do they
saw
see?
the pan go for just a little bit, but they also saw the
Pango
ward
saw.
being dropped.
And the vision get placed.
Yeah, Pango reacted to those wards.
Oh,
Tense
VP
moment for Radiant in particular, having no buybacks. Not a single one.
And this is where Dawnbreaker feels maybe not her strongest, but is a strong aspect of her, right?
Yeah.
You're ahead, you're pressing forwards, and you're just gathering up farm on the map, which you ordinarily wouldn't get as an offlaner.
Exactly. Everyone else is hugging together, trying to stay safe. Meanwhile, you know, it's work as usual for Dawnbreaker. Another day at the factory, just hitting creeps. And she's getting close to that level 20 talent. It's a pretty good one, I would say, in this game. 150 more Guardian radius.
Yeah.
Not bad, because the Solar Guardian has been pretty important this game. BKB piercing stuns can never be underestimated.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
TA going round 2 on that tier 3 tower does kill it off. Solar Guardian, Rolling Thunder, and Boom's Initiation all getting in there, but the two-man lasso gets Lion and Io. Problem,
Gyro?
drags the two supports out, no buybacks on them, and Gyro is left wide open now. They'll charge straight towards Shad, bring it to his knees, dead for 2 minutes, and boom, I mean, what are you going to do? Get back in the fountain and hide? VP have the numbers, they've got the firepower. 4 members of Na'Vi dead, and GG called.
And what a strange game that was. It feels like so much turned on the quadruple buyback for the bottom Lion getting picked off at the gate play.
I mean, apparently, Wagger, today I am just suddenly confused.
Yeah, I honestly feel pretty flabbergasted by the game as well.
Well, off we go. Game 2, VP leading this best of 3. 1-0. And a storied history between these two sides. We were having a quick little giggle in a chat during the break. I opened up the Liquipedia and was like looking at the match history as we did with the previous series. And it goes all the way back to 2012.
Yeah,
2012, it was, 2 series to 2, dead even between these two teams. 2017, what was that? 2-8. That was Na'Vi losing out tragically to VP, who had one of their hottest years. But overall, 2012 to 2025, it is 38 wins or 38 losses in terms of series. Dead 50-50 between these two. So this is a tiebreaker.
It's actually crazy that, you know, it goes back so much. We talked about how VP and Na'Vi have such a history in Dota, but that many series and still 50-50 is really funny.
There's a lot of qualifiers in here, a lot of little clashes and group stages and stuff like that. They very rarely met each other, like at a grand final, really.
Yeah, we see a late smoke coming out here from VP, looking to get something done. The Wolves are coming in to scout for Vision. We'll find Vision on mid.
Quick
So
little
we know about the ward.
hello, how you doing? The smoke wraps around into that top jungle.
Things are coming out. They spotted them. They're sending the Wolves over.
The battle begins.
I block up the clockwork. Tied. He walked forward thinking about that bounty rune steal. Instead, he's the one now getting turned on and run at. A stun, a blood grenade, the Wolves to block him up, and notice. They're going to be the first blood here.
Ooh. You know, I said it's gonna be feast or famine, giving away first blood to the CK, you dying. That's not a great start. I'm concerned for the Tidehunter and how he's gonna do, but that does mean the CK sends out a full bracer immediately. Well, just a bracer recipe and region, but he's gonna be having a good start.
A good beginning for him. Kiori on this Phoenix, by his side. I'm going to try and trade it with Morata.
Yeah, nice attempted dead shot to prevent the deny, but Phoenix still gets it.
Yeah, then Problem's going to go block up the small camp. And Kiori and Shad, and they know this, they're going to press forward, a bit of damage onto Noticed. Large camp, going to get sentried and blocked.
Yeah, and last second blocking it and then putting down his own attack speed slow onto Murta. He keeps his sentry. Big win for them. This seems like such a minute detail to the lane, but this really helps him. Saves him one sentry ward as well.
Now there's no real way to drag this wave back to the tide and sit in front of the tower anymore.
Yeah,
Like, Muerta's not going to go and drag next wave, right? She's not a Nyx.
No. It's way harder to do with a slow hero, ranged hero like that. Even tanking the creeps is difficult because you take more damage than a melee hero would. So it's going to be static laning here, but overall that's going to favor the CK. Can have a little bit of a look at the other lane so far. 10 and 2 on Tiny on mid. The Magnus not far behind, has a few creeps to kill still. And bottom lane, the TA 9 and 2 finding good farm.
Yeah, having a great time, protected by the clockwork.
Can't
Well,
expect this though. It's a strong lane.
Yeah, absolutely is. I don't know. I'm going on a trip down memory lane somehow this fine Thursday afternoon. You've reminded me saying that, you know, the tank hero is a melee hero. Oh yeah, stout shields used to exist. Melee heroes just have it innately built into them now, basically, right?
Exactly.
Blocking creep damage, doing more damage to couriers.
Yeah. Yeah, the courier thing is annoying. Ranged heroes can't kill them. It's like, I'm an SF, I hit hard. No, you don't.
Like cats have 9 lives, couriers have got a couple.
It's true.
Dedicated hits to kill them.
Next patch, 9 hits to kill a courier.
Yeah. Depending on what skin you've got. If you've got a cat cosmetic, it's
You got
if you have white. Trapped in the cogs. The creep wave coming to tank up the battery assault. My blades were landing though, as Nande now gets turned on by the Lycan a little bit. Doing as good as they take.
Some good damage return, but the Lotus is gonna go the way of Clockwork. Meanwhile, top lane, it was Dire to control the Lotus. Phoenix has it.
And there's all sorts of skewers and tossbacks happening mid lane as well, just like bouncing each other around mid like a ping pong machine.
Yeah, it's Sanctity going for a no empower build as well, so he's going more spellcaster route, maxing out Shockwave and Skewer.
You step up to me to try and shockwave skewer, I toss you away. Then Sanctity goes for it now. And Squadix on the tower, Avalanche to defend himself, but takes a good few tower hits. Sanctity has 4 Squadix kind of out of lane now.
Yeah, he's doing a ton of damage to him. He's actually low enough HP that getting a water rune safely is going to be hard. He's sitting at 150 HP. Goes for the top one, but Magnus mirroring his movement. He says, okay, you go bottom, I'm going to follow you. So, not going to be easy to get a rune refill. And look at him, Sanctity's going for a kill potential. Going in, not going straight for the rune.
Yeah, I mean, Squadix is on death's door. Needs help. TP will be here. Problems comes in with a Muerta. Not easy for Squadix still, though, to go get this water rune and play the lane as he wants.
He's actually just running back. He's scared that Phoenix would have controlled top, so he didn't go for it. This means Magnus could go for a double refill, but Muerta gonna go and prevent that. Get it for herself. Still, Magnus doing fantastic to start out the game.
Now you've left that Feast or Famine hero top alone.
Yeah.
Tidehunter kind of gets zoned out and bullied by the Chaos Knight and the Phoenix.
At least Muerta is going to make the most of her time. She's not just leaving him alone. She's going to go mid, help out a little bit, and then go stack the jungle, right? That's the recovery method for the Tidehunter. So we're going to make some stacks here on the Ancients and the big camp. Try and find some farm for him later on.
Alright, build up a bit of bank behind them. Notice, just going to salve up, return to lane. And quickly get it out of here again. Okay, Orion's forced to dive, though, as Muerta shows her face back up north.
Yeah. He was a little bit too aggressively positioned. He's gone back up. He gets a... Oh, he didn't get the pull. He messed up the small camp pull a little bit. It happens. Try to get a split pull, of course.
Well, I like that. Both carries getting their treads at exactly the same time. Delivered on courier.
Yeah, both of them are basically even in how they're doing in lanes. The first blood on the CK gave him a little bit extra, but the TA has more CS.
Touch. And then Lycan has been left alone bottom while Lion stacks and starts to think about moving mid. And it 6 is coming. So Boom just trying to get what he can down here against the TA. It's not going to be easy. They need to send heroes to go and gather up and protect the active rune, which Sanctity is going to get. Clockwork scouted as he went into this enemy ancients area, sees the large camp, immediately turned on though by the Magnus and the Lion, even sending wolves across the map to come and help out.
A nice thing there is that Sanctity, he was shockwave pump faking, right, early? But he stopped it because he said, okay, there's a lot of creeps there. I don't want to risk Clockwork getting denied to the neutrals. So he held his shockwave, used that as a last hit method. And it's such a small little thing, but, you know, a lot of times random supports die to neutrals like that if you don't think about it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely do.
You gotta embrace your inner kill stealer. That's what's the message of the day.
Sniper. Who's going to calculate it?
Yeah. See, Wisdom Rune gonna be grabbed up. Clockwork not gonna make his way over, so Lion gonna get his. Murta gonna get hers.
Everyone's being honourable.
Yeah.
You can see from the net worth, Tide kind of dragging his feet a little bit though. 2,500 compared to Lycan's 3,200. Natus trying to get what he can, trying to hit level 6, try and get phase boots and a soul ring, then you can maybe jungle farm ancient.
He's actually doing a lot better than I would have expected after the start that he had and getting left alone by the Murta. Tidehunter's still not falling behind too much in farm. He is the lowest farm core, but not by a huge margin or anything, and he hasn't been chain feeding. Just died that one time. Yay. Deep here. RP available.
Dragged all the way back into Dire Ancients under the creeps. Now Nande does die to the Magnus, just holding your breath there as the neutral surround her.
I mean, she was just nowhere where she should be. The RP wasn't even needed. Aggressive move to try and steal some farm, but they were on top of it, of course, on Navi. That's costly, though. She was having a really good start to her game, but dying one time like that after running out of position to try and steal something, and then you die, you didn't steal anything. It's a lot of time away from farming.
Yeah, now Lycan's like, oh, yes. Yes, I've got a few moments here. Gets to the top of the net worth. 3,800 for him, overtaking the TA, in fact.
Yeah,
Navi, all three cores, feeling very good about, laning stage breaking down now.
He has his Dominator, and of course this is a pack leader. Lycan has ulti available. Tower dive is imminent onto TA. They're scouting her.
I see exactly where his VP heroes are. It's just a matter of getting on top of them with QBFY hexing and Lycan following through. A ton of damage from these summons, the crits out of Lycan. Takes out Nande twice in quick succession.
So he's gonna have to walk of shame on TA because she died over trying to steal stuff. So this bottom tower is 100% falling. No way to defend it. And TA just absolutely shambling now. She's in such a rough spot.
Bring a bit of movement top. Tiny wants to get involved. Squadex here with Tidehunter having Ravage.
He doesn't have it yet. He's level 6, but he didn't skill it. He needs to kill a creep first.
Oh.
Yeah, he put 2 points in Kraken Shell, but he'll probably skill it now. He could skill Anchor Smash again, though, so who knows.
Well, with Tidehunter having Ravage...
They're pretending to have Ravage. That's the important, it's the threat of the black hole.
Not this again. Not this nonsense.
No skilling it. Skill Anchor Smash, do it.
Is he actually not going to skill?
Noticed, it would be so cool if you won a game without skilling Ravage.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, like the coolest.
The sickest dude? Coolest guy?
Yeah. Just keep skilling Anchor Smash. Better yet, put a point in stats right now. Really shut us up.
Hanging out with all the hottest sea creatures? It's Tidehunter. Well, they still get the tower. No need for Ravage. Just bring numbers up there. Pressure the building, kill it off. Bit of space to play into.
Yeah. And,
Or importantly,
he's gonna go to his triangle, so there we go. Level 7, no Ravage, because he's just farming anyway.
Okay.
This man does not want to fight.
No Ravage.
He needs to recover after the lane, to be honest. He had a tough lane. Let him farm. Finally can go fight. He almost has halfway of his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, a little bit behind. Finish off the treads. We've seen this like a deviation again. Tiny builds are always changing. Whether it's the brown boots naked blink rush, or the phase boots into wand into blink, or the tread soul ring blink.
And it's not even that different players are doing different things. It's different times, like the same player might do different builds. Like a lot of Tiny gets played lately, and I've seen the same players go for sometimes brown boots, sometimes not. It really comes down to the tempo of the game and the feel of the game.
Yeah. Sanctity. Trying up a top, we can't grab Natus. Even if he did, might not have wanted to follow through on it.
He's staring at that creep, man. He wants that troll. There we go.
Anchor smash it.
Yeah. He's gonna get his Vladimir soon on the Tidehunter, and then he's gonna be quite happy to just sit and farm. This game is definitely starting out quite slow. Navi, happy to keep this pace though. They have a lot of farming cores. And once the Overlord comes in, that's when Lycan is gonna think about activating. And I touched on it earlier, but this is not Alpha Wolves facet, where you have the super strong wolves. He is playing the pack leader, and getting Helmet Overlord is gonna be his biggest timing.
And already with a couple of K lead, 4-0 to the good. Navi have a bit of vision down bottom. That's going to see the clockwork in a second. Already moving down there with pretty much everyone bar the Chaos Knight. See clockwork shot.
Scared of the creeps. The wolves and the centaur bully him a bit.
Sanctity going for it. Where are you, buddy?
It's in time. He doesn't click it. Click! Lycan. That's too much. Too many units to micro. He was busy right-clicking creeps.
Sanctity even pinged it. Like,
yeah.
Bro, you're centaur.
Yeah, that feels a little bit weird for Magnus, investing a bunch of time chasing it, and he just straight up didn't click the centaur stomp. He had it ready.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes it's difficult.
Mag didn't want to RP it.
Well,
No.
Either way, the job is done, right? They take that portion of the map. They carve from middle lane down to bottom. Bottom jungle now belongs to them with double observer wards.
That's
And
fair.
they can swing back to mid. So even if the clock doesn't die.
Yeah, they serve the purpose of securing the area and keep farming. Meanwhile, the CK is still holding a part of the top part of the map and farming there. He's going for Orchid next. Armlet into Orchid on CK. Gonna be really useful against some of the heroes, but of course, doesn't mean you can burst Tidehunter. You still can dispel that.
Dire are scanning.
Sigma moment.
Is your favorite voice line. People have gone off we had a meta of Greeble laughter for a long time. No one's been laughing recently.
Thank God. I'm getting tired of it. I think everyone heard it too much by now.
I'm still trying to poke at this Tidehunter. They put him to half.
That was the
RP is immediately
shortest RP.
crackened off.
It's
He did RP, right? It's on cooldown. Yeah, he used it.
Yeah, he used it. Well, that was marginally better than the 0-man RP that we saw earlier today. This was just a 0.1 second RP on the Tidehunter.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think you go for RP on him. You just gotta go for the blink skewer. You can't rely on RPing him. Like, even if the RP lands, what's it gonna do? Stun him for a little bit while you skewer him? He tried to reposition him, but RP on cooldown, I'm not sure that's gonna mean too much. This game is going at a snail's pace, so not sure they're gonna jump into action, but we do see a smoke coming out. With the blink on Tiny, the two supports are joining up.
It's gotta feel good for VP, right? Like, you show the Tide, he's fine, you guard your Ancients, you keep farming.
For sure.
TA and Tiny, these kind of timing heroes, are gonna start hitting their timings. Now they can make plays. Na'Vi have whiffed a couple of moves, even with this tremendous laning stage, it's just a 2k lead. Feels like it could and should have been more from Na'Vi, whether it's more kills or more net worth. The metrics don't really add up to what we've been seeing on our screens in terms of active moves they're trying to make.
Yeah, I do think overall, though, that Na'Vi have more comfort just farming. VP are, again, going to be the ones who have a little bit, like, they need to take Roche, they need to make plays. They're going to be the ones who need to do stuff, because going late game, again, I favor Na'Vi, I do. Even though I think Ravage and having TA is going to be pretty strong for late game, I think Dire basically have 3 cores that are all scaling to become massive.
So does VP have like a mid-game window, or is it like a pre-late game opening?
Yeah. They have very strong ganks and very strong team fights. So they're looking for ganks right now, but they got dodged pretty well. Their smoke didn't connect, but their team fight right now is absurdly strong. So they want to make plays and try and go for towers, look for something around this time in this power spike. They have the Deso on TA.
Look at this Tidehunter, man. Sanctity has tried to blink Skewer, but he's given up on that as he gets sidestepped by a big fat watermelon.
You got the moves.
Problems. Gonna run away as the Supernova is placed right next to VP, who's retreating to their high ground by the Ancients. Stun on the Tide, drag back with the Rift, but the big Ravage is there. Connects on all 5. Reset a button for VP as they hold the line. Sanctity's back in with another Skewer and the Reality Rift on the TA. Good hook shot to save. Nande needs a little bit of breathing room here to get the reflection off, but the Phoenix Sunray is there to burn her down. 3-for-1 trade out of this for Na'Vi. Notice Tide gonna TP home successfully. But finally, Na'Vi connect meaningfully onto a real connection.
Radiant's top
Wow, the matchmaker here. The Dota2 matchmaker got a new meaning. No, that was a really powerful moment for them. Having the Lycan ulti, they can run down the TA, and CK Lycan, it's not easy to stand your ground as TA before you have Blink and Hurricane Pike. She just get overwhelmed. Even with Clockwork trying to bail her out, it wasn't enough to protect her. And while that was a beautiful 5-man Ravage, nobody was hitting anyone during it. So 0 DPS being done during the Ravage means that Na'Vi could just keep going.
And then into Roche.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nothing to stop them here.
Radiant
Taking Roche with 4 minute 20 against the TA side. That's going to feel incredible for Na'Vi.
Definitely, this is a great start for them, and getting Aegis on CK is going to be a great feeling, because he's a very aggressive type carry who pulls himself into the fray, and thus he kind of needs some safety to be able to make those moves.
scanning.
They do see everyone going bottom using the TA trap on the gate. Early gem is going to be important for either team here, to spot the wolves or spot the TA traps.
QBFY.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just going to step forward. A little bit spooky going out there.
It's going to be getting up to mid lane, looking for a fight.
Do you hear that buzzing noise? Is that me?
Yeah, I hear it too. It's, yeah, some random static. It sounds like an old NES game, you know? I kind of like it. It's vibing.
Interesting. Well, it's gone now. I don't know where it came from and I don't know where it went. I hope it doesn't come back.
It's production.
Today is Gremlin Day. We've got some crazy stuff going on tech-wise. Sportex, oh, he doesn't kill the lion straight up. Raindrops and 1 charges keep QBFY alive until the dead shot lands. Now the Phoenix and the CK are here. Boom, shapeshifted, charging towards Sportex with the RP there. That's the one they've been waiting for. Na'Vi connects beautifully. The Supernova landing, RP hitting, but now the Tidehunter with a Ravage and a turnaround onto this Chaos Knight might be able to bring down Shad. Once, as the Aegis is claimed up, Na'Vi's still strong, but they missed the Skewer back.
He just
notice stepping forward.
He just cannot find this watermelon. He's too hard to skewer, but he found a beautiful 3-man Ravage, or RP. That was absolutely wonderful. Bringing them back in there. And again, TA just cannot hold her ground against all this. That's one thing that TA generally doesn't do too well against, is tanky enemies who also close the distance to her. She generally prefers having squishy enemies who are ranged heroes. But that's absolutely not what Na'Vi are doing.
They're putting multiple heroes right on top of her head in the fight.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at her in a lot of these fights. She's not able to attack because of the Phoenix dropping those fire spirits. You chose to play TA into this, but it doesn't look like fun. The attack speed slow is absolutely destroying him. Minus 140 attack speed. I mean, you don't hit.
That's pretty damn difficult. Right now, Martin and Clockwork, acting as bodyguards, sat in front of the TA, even scanning.
Madam President, your creep wave.
Delivered to your door.
Yeah, making sure she's staying safe. I don't think they want to fight when they didn't have their ultis ready on the side of Na'Vi though. So QBFY definitely thinking about stealing a Wisdom rune. We'll see if he goes for it. TA is securing it.
There's no way here.
He might get revealed in a bad way.
There's no scans, so we can't scan forward.
Is he gonna stun her and take it?
Smoke break, smoke break, smoke break.
He saw her go invis. He knows she's there. done.
Oh, hello.
This is so awkward. Oh, she's going for the... Oh, cool. Finger.
Does he get both?
Steal it, steal
no
it.
way. No
Kill her and
fucking
steal
way.
it.
No. She blinks out, but he gets the tormentor.
Dude, if she didn't blink
my
there,
God.
she would have died. That was insane, though.
God. Meanwhile, there was like a hook shot, and Tidehunter got chased, and there was something else happening on the other side. but that
Never
was
mind
way
everything.
more entertaining.
I'm happy with my ticket I bought. The movie
Same.
ticket was worth it.
Same.
Dude,
I do want to click on Tide and see what he's buying though, because I saw he got a Shiver's Guard completed, but
Yeah.
he's like skipped the shard and he was going he's doing Radiant.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of items queued up, to be fair. He has Radiance queued up. So Shiva's Radiance is his ambition. I can see it being good here. There's a lot of auto attack focus on Navi. And the evasion and the mischance is going to be really good against Lycan, CK, even Magnus, to be honest.
Radiant's middle tower is
But
under
yeah, going
attack.
back for Shard now, I think is important. He needs Shard, and he honestly needs Blink Dagger too.
VP gonna smoke up. Try and find something with a Squad X Blink. It's been a hard game for Tiny, and slow games usually are. I've been saying this has been dragged out, where Tiny hasn't had any chances for movements or moments or anything, whatever you want to call it. He does get one now, kills off the Lion, so a bit of wind in his sails.
Dire's
Mid tower is gonna
middle
fall
tower
at
is
least
under
on the
attack.
back of this. I don't think they're gonna try and defend it with Lion dead. They are smoking though. Try and maybe make a move on the back of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Shapeshift ready again.
Dire's middle tower is
Tier 1 mid eventually gonna die.
Dire's
Tiny
middle
looks
tower
tempting.
has fallen.
I think poked here, but Sanctity walks over a trap. Now the Magnus is coming, so VP make that escape back to a bit of high ground.
Yeah, there's the Shivas on Tide, but there's also Assault Cuirass now on Lycan, so he has a lot of attack damage as well going into the next fight. Getting the minus armor. Also so valuable against the lineup that VP have. Lower the damage from the Tiny, TA,
Radiant's
and
middle
Tide.
tower is under attack.
Armor is gonna be great.
I love the Phoenix chat wheel line just saying we need vision as they walk over like 7 traps from their journey.
So true. Sage wisdom.
Are scanning.
Need a gem.
Radiant's bottom
They've got a gem
tower
on
is
Phoenix.
under
They
attack.
see them all.
Yeah.
Dire's
CK, by the way,
top
got the
tower
shard
is
from
under
their own Tormentor that they took as well, so he has an early shard for himself. Not a bad thing to have.
attack.
Used to be a
Radiant's
meta that
bottom
was
tower
revolving around CK rushing shard and just running at people.
That free illusion, yeah.
Exactly.
Was that a 2B special at some point?
Oh yeah, he played support. Yeah, support CK, of course. Everything, every carry hero you can imagine. This is a support.
is under attack.
Oh, like an ulti committed.
And they're going in. Off work. Trap
Oh no,
like
the anchor. He can't move.
Caged the puppy. Anchored up. Kept in the backyard as the Tiny jumps the Lion. Supernova's there, but kind of out of place. They'll have to skewer and drag people back in towards it. Force the Ravage out of Natus, who dies. The sunray on his head. 2 for 1 so far. Tide and Clockwork both dead, but this Muerta and TA still in trouble. The gap close here. Beautiful from Navi. Nande disappears in the blink of an eye, and the Tiny's about to follow her as well. Easy pickings from Navi, bringing the damage.
I mean, this Lycan just looks like a difficult target. You need to commit damage quickly if you're gonna try and go on Lycan. Because if you just let him send his wolf after your support like that, send the wolves and the dragon, your support is falling for what? The Tidehunter holding him in place? Sure, but there was no damage. TA was not close enough for that fight.
Radiant's middle
Navi looking at the schedule thinking, hey, we can't have any more minute games. 25 minutes, how's that for you?
More Lycan picks coming up. Speed up and fix the schedule.
As we say that, they run away. Like, no.
They force the glyph. They're disciplined. They know they don't want to throw in a bad way. They're gonna play towards Roshan. May spawn in 20 seconds. It's gonna be a top Rosh for sure. So pushing out top lane is important. CK has a full BKB coming out now on Courier.
Wow, it's massive.
Yeah, he's really farmed actually. SNY and BKB, so he is not easy to chain stun now. The disables aren't that great on VP. Like, they have disables, but not so much for holding someone in place for a long time and preventing BKB.
And Roshan respawning now.
Radiant
Nighttime for another 4 minutes.
Oh wow, that was a quick spawn, yeah.
And Navi near position. Radiant scanning the Roche pit already, knowing that he's up.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, Nate.
just making sure that they're not going on it.
What you spawn top as well. But they've seen a target mid.
Tide
And
Hunter?
going on this side, finger of death takes him out.
Apparently no problem to burst the Tide, and they're even diving the Murta. She goes for a Glimmer, or for a Shadow Amulet TP. What a play. Keeps himself
Right,
alive
okay.
against Lycan. That was actually a slick move.
Survives, but for how long?
Yeah. And it's concerning that they could just go on Tidehunter and burst him like that. I did not expect him to die. Obviously, he didn't either. But
I thought he'd wriggle out a little bit.
yeah, I mean, they
Make him
don't have
work
Silver
for it.
Edge yet. They don't have a break.
Raw damage output.
Yeah. He does have Ravage when he respawns, so
Radiant's
maybe they
top
can
tower-
contest Roche. Looks difficult though.
Radiant are scanning.
Who needs stuns and disables when you just got damage?
Yeah, they've got all the DPS that you could ask for. CK is building towards a Bloodthorn next.
And when Lycan has his BKB, he's going to have even more freedom just to run at the TA. Get
There's
on
also
top of
some
her.
big threat if the game goes late enough. The Lycan will buy an Aghanim Scepter, bite the CK, and CK will be absurdly strong.
Wolf Knight.
Yeah. They're coming in, Tiny. Breaks the smoke. Awkward situation for Radiant now. Dire are completely fine with breaking smoke like this. They feel strong enough. Radiant need the element of surprise.
Sanctity is the one still smoked. The DD rune bottled. Dire vision a little deeper here by the ancients as well. That's an observable on the high ground, right? That sees VP all falling back here.
No. It's VP's ward. It's fine. Oh, behind.
KO ward.
Yeah. Behind they have a ward. Yeah. Yeah, they can see him a bit deeper. He didn't have vision for the instant RP. A little bit higher up.
Yeah, not that one. And then the Roshan roar. VP knows it's happening, but can't seemingly do anything about it.
That's gonna be Banner and Aegis going their way. Again, CK getting that safety of having the Aegis. The Banner left in the pit. Are we really not picking it? Okay, Phoenix goes back for it. Or is he? He isn't. QBFY? Anyone? A Banner? There we go.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're remembered. Not like the previous game, at least. Top. The Tidehunter could be dragged out of position. CK isn't close, though. I think they need CK, the biggest damage dealer.
Dire's middle tower is under
Making his way over.
And again, Na'Vi, see everything VP are
CK
doing
is
right
going
now.
behind. Look at this. This is a big move.
All the way in. Try and catch out the clockwork.
Radiant's
A one immediate snipe.
under attack.
Dead for 50 seconds. Can they get a +1? Problems. Shadow Amulet hiding from the summons again.
Yeah. And Tiny has a... Oh, nice juke against Lion. Still held, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those crits.
Lycan damage.
Dear god.
Oh my
900
goodness.
damage crits coming in with Empower Lycan ulti.
He's dead for 45 seconds now. No tiny, no toss backs, no defensive tools. Just let this Rax fall. Yeah, he's going to go pushing out that bottom lane, get as much farm as she can. Doesn't feel like VP have got any bite.
No, they really don't. Meanwhile, the wolf is at your door.
He's in the kitchen.
Top barracks has
Yeah, he's getting deeper into the apartment for sure.
What's he doing in the bathroom?
Oh no! It's all ogre.
Balcony? Skewer back on the tide now. Oh no, just disappears.
Sanctity.
tower is under
Beautiful. He's been delivering so well on this Magnus.
fallen.
Now with Tide dead, you don't really want to buy back him as well, but you're losing mid.
Are under attack.
You have to buy back him. You can't lose bottom lane as well.
Has fallen.
Yeah, just systematic from Na'Vi. Lane to lane to lane. Well, all these sets of barracks, well,
Where's the
AP.
move? Where's the buyback? You can't just lose your entire base.
no. What are you waiting for at this point?
Bottom tower has fallen.
It's not getting better, Gareth. They're moving
Is it
around.
like a
Okay,
TI
here it comes. Here it comes. They're going around. Looking for
Okay.
the right jump.
Tide will buy back now.
Barracks are under attack. attack.
They
What about
don't
now?
need to, because the threat of moving around slowed down the push. This is why I was waiting for them to go out with a move.
Okay.
Now we are respecting them.
They see Boom. I don't see Shad until he shows up right by their staircase.
Shad with the Vindicator's axe as well is such a hard target to burst on the CK. Very, very tanky. If you stun him, get that extra armor.
For a stun at the tide. Notice down to half health. Right off the bat. You're across as well. Tide hex up the finger of death and no ravage. He's got buyback. You can return to the battlefield. It's difficult to see what he's going to be able to do here. CK causing serious issues as Squadix almost soloed by the Chaos Knight. Notice now forced to buy back and TP in front of the Wolf. Boom, Shapeshifter just runs away and shrugs it all off.
Yeah, like an ulti running out, they're just going back. They're going to say, okay, damage done. We killed Tide, we forced the buyback. And they're going to just wait, reset, and take a fight. They might fight again before the Aegis expires, though. 90 seconds on that one. There's just Na'Vi absolutely in full control this game. We haven't really seen VP do anything this game.
No, not really. They laned
Yeah,
and then they died.
yeah, they've been struggling every single fight. They're just getting overrun, right? They tried to take a few fights, but they have not been able to withstand the onslaught, the stampede coming in.
It feels like it comes back to this tiny versus 3 tanky, strengthy cores. Whether or not their strength universal doesn't matter for my point here, They are just big boys that you can't blink avalanche toss and bring to half health.
Oh, here it is.
Outright.
The Aghanim's Lycan.
Oh,
CK
yes.
is bit. Look at all the wolves.
Look at them come.
The wolf
Here
pack.
we go. Tidehunter being shredded and munched on. The wolves come.
Oh my. He doesn't have buyback anymore. I don't see how you defend. Is this the most anticlimactic end? You just killed the Tidehunter and that's it?
It looks like it. CK came. Like an Aghanim's came. Tidehunter dead for a minute.
Is under attack.
Lycan knocking on these tier 4s now. Muerta has buyback. But
They've
it feels like
relocated to
VP
the
are just
fountain.
fighting a losing battle.
He trying to get cute with some side blades, but I don't think you can't need a lot of side blades to change this.
Buyback out of Muerta. Na'Vi. A moment of like, wait, do we run? And then they immediately turn back around like, what are we scared of?
Yeah, no
Get back
tides.
in here.
No problem.
Kill the clockwork with a stun and finger action onto the tiny with an RP supernova. GG is called. Na'Vi secure this game 2 victory.
Radiant's
I don't know how to put it. Wago, I mean, VP didn't play go to this game, really?
They didn't have a chance. They were just very effectively countered. I think Na'Vi drafted really well, but they also understood the draft really well. They played towards it, for it. It doesn't really matter what hero you have at this stage, but Gyrocopter is going to be happy for all the buffs he can get. Solar Crest him, Bloodlust him, and Empower him. He'll go that high ground.
Well, the smoke from Na'Vi. Get them into game 3 here. Nande on TA 3 games in a row. Would you want to be playing TA in this one?
No, but that's what happens when you first face TA. You should have games where it doesn't look like you want to play it. I mean, I would do it because I'm playing TA in anything. I kind of, if there are counters or not, doesn't matter. After a few thousand games, you just
You're
play
going
it.
to complain about it.
Yeah, I would definitely not be happy about it though. That's
Looks at camera, complains to stream chat.
yeah. Gotta cry into the void a little bit. This is what he has to do on Nande in this game. If he has a bad game, just mute Discord and just cry a bit.
And at this moment, he knew he fucked up.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the lane is super strong still. So if he gets off to a good start, he can have a fantastic game. It's just a problem of he doesn't automatically win this game if he doesn't get ahead.
Right. Nande trying to meld and hide by the bounty rune.
begins.
Boom, not falling for any tricks. Squadix gonna get 1. 3 go the way of VP.
So VP coming out a little bit ahead, getting extra golden laning. At least they got one
QBFY.
rune.
Brown Boots, Blood Grenade, Sentry Ward. That's the inventory of a POS 4.
Actually, this is very smart. The boots against Undying is probably the best purchase. Normally, this is not what he would buy on Dark Willow, but you just don't want to get attacked by Undying. And if you don't have boots, you have to constantly run away from him. Now you can kite him quite easily, and that allows you to do more auto attacks. So he understands how the matchup is going to play.
And then much easier to block and deal with camps, even drag waves if you really want to. Lots of ways to just not play the lane honorably, which is what the Undying and the TA want. They want a head-on 2v2.
He's going to pull the creeps away, and Undying is pulling the creeps too, but Willow is going away from it. So we see them both taking off to the jungle with some creeps. Now, Undying lost his range creeps, or range creep to a big camp, which isn't horrible, but that means that he can't kill the creep wave here, even if it does connect.
Where are we going?
We're just on a journey, Gareth. To the mid lane. Steal the mid creep wave. Yeah, your mid laner will love that. Wait. Does Undying grief mid lane if... Oh, they didn't connect.
Oh my god.
Wait, he wants to connect
He
it?
is.
Okay, there we go. He's griefing the mid laner. Make sure that the
Okay.
Tiny doesn't get his next creep wave. That's so toxic, man. Tiny is like, what the hell? How did I get screwed over by this?
There are 4 lanes now.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Willow is taking the creeps back. They have been on quite... I've never seen creeps live this long in the early game. They are staying alive, Gareth. He's taking
This
them
reminds me.
He gave them to Tiny.
He just gives them to... oh, you got them stolen denied mid. Don't worry, I've got a little package here for you.
Magnus is like, what the heck, man? Where did my wave go?
Man. This reminds me of Dota 1 Observer Wards and Sentry Wards blocking waves those days. When you could legit build like a 500 unit army of creep waves
Yeah.
in your base, you know?
Yeah. There are a lot of
what are we
different ways.
witnessing?
There's some shenanigans, top tier shenanigans going on in this game.
Excellent.
We have not even addressed that there is a bottom lane. There's a lane bottom. Gyro has 11 last hits. You know, he's doing fine. Dawnbreaker doing slightly less fine. There we go. Now we can focus on top again.
What do you mean there's another lane? I've seen all 3 lanes.
Yeah, the creeps saw all 3 lanes carried and they ran.
There's mid, top, and second mid. Let's go have a look inside, you know, Pop Dog and Banana. Here's some Counter-Strike call-outs for areas of the map.
Yeah.
Goodness. Well, Magnus forced back a bit here. Pull into the large camp by VP with the Radiant Creep Wave pushed into it. Not comfortable for the Magnus at all. 9 last hits, no denies. Yeah, Dawnbreaker, like you're saying, doing a little bit better than him in the opposing off lane. Tiny and Invoker. After all this business, and I'm going even, I guess.
Yeah, pretty even. Not much to be said about mid lane. Squadlex doing a good job harassing the Tiny as much as he can, bringing down his mana pool as well with the MP a few times. This lane should become harder and harder for Tiny.
Is this a win for Na'Vi, though? Like, you said that VP have got to win their lanes. They've got to come out strong from laning stage. If there are no lanes and the laning stage is fucked up...
I mean, it's a win, I think. TA is still, you know, clearly winning top lane. She is getting farmed. She is pulling the big camp and accelerating a farm with it. So, yeah, this is definitely what I was looking for her. Bigger question is, how much can they start doing around the 6-minute rotations? Actually, we already have all supports for the 4-minute runes, too.
That's what I mean.
Highly mobile game.
There's no laning stage anymore. Laning stage broke down, what, 1.5 minutes into this one?
Yeah.
I got roaming mids. Get those bottles refilled. Get some tangos handed over. God, as much as you can. This does leave Gyro alone down bottom. There's also Magnus being chased out top by a TA with meld strikes. And Dying just charging forward. But they've dragged the wave behind their tower. But it's safety there for them. While Shad sits around half health. Getting a decent amount of farm.
Having a look at the enemy ancients, confirming that there are no stacks made yet. Just invasive maneuvers coming in.
Oh yeah, Undying, the recon. Watch the Dark Willow do her dirty business.
Yeah, she still got the ancient stack, so trying to stack both. She got one of them.
And now the roaming Magnus moves into mid to kill off the ganking Tombstone.
Yeah, it's a little bit random that he's here, but that doesn't mean that Tiny is going to be completely safe. We do not have level 6 on Dawn yet.
All these actions have meaning, and therefore all the reactions have purpose, right? It's just funny watching them happen when it's so out of whack with the normal, you know, flowchart algorithm of Dota that we see.
Yeah, we're gonna see both teams emphasize stacking a lot, because when a game gets scrappy like this and you can't really find kills, you're gonna see the supports trying to accelerate a bit more. So we see Batrider stacking up the Ancients over on the VP side, and at the same time the Willow is stacking Ancients and Big Camp over on the Radiant side. So both of them just generating some nice stuff to fall back on for their cores.
And then Ogre grabs the Arcane Rune, so Bat doesn't get it. Tiny was walking back to base, so there's no chance to refill. I'm curious, are we going to see like 3v3s at the Wisdom Runes, or like, what's going to go on in 40 seconds time?
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Bit of aggressive stuff. I mean, Dawnbreaker has level 6 in time for it. She just needs one more creep to die. So she could ulti over to the Radiant Wisdom.
Boom.
Magnus, already low HP.
Mal strike on the QBFY. There we go. First blood, 6.5 minutes into it. A dive on that top tier 1, and Undying kind of thinking, hey, Wisdom Rune, but not enough resources to go charging forward for that. It looks like it should be 1 for 1.
Yeah,
Unless...
for now it seems like it. Kaori definitely not going to be able to invade here. So yeah, 1 for 1. Stacks being made on the Ancients as well.
And back to calm.
Top tower is under
Back to normality.
So now Dawnbreaker does have ulti. Now we are doing a good job playing onto her. Ogre. Trying to bring some HP down on her.
Some confident moves here from Spottix as well. Undying and TA lead. The Boom Magnus going to make his swift escape, but that damage onto QBFY makes short work of the Willow.
Yeah, Nanda having a fantastic, very dominant start now. Top lane, he's already at 60 CS, no one else has broken 40. He is really pushing ahead. This is what he needed.
Yeah, I mean, what the 1,500 net worth lead right now is a 50% increase on the Gyro's net worth, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's really significant. So bottom lane has been, you know, okay for Gyrocopter, but not amazing. And the TA has Dragonlance already, so she's thinking about going through the gate, it looks like. Not gonna go for it. She's gonna go and push out lane first.
Oh, toss on the Batrider out at the bottom rune spot. Invis was denied as Spottix and Rain both coming in to deal with Sanctity. Under the tombstone with Blood Grenade on him, but Tiny very tanky.
Yeah, he realizes he can
fine.
just click TP. Cold Snap already on cooldown.
Boom does die solo to Nande up top though.
Yeah, that's a good kill. Really nice. Now he can push in. This creep wave is going to be missed, and that means tower is even potentially falling. As QBFY does get run down.
Yep, that's his Spottix that cold snap.
Everything going VP's way.
Complete reversal from game 2, but this is what you said they needed to do, right? This is them playing through their draft, piloting it as expected, coming out of lane stage with a decent lead,
Yeah.
a decent kill score. But Boom up top, he's going to turn it back onto this Undying.
Yeah, we are expecting them to pull ahead with the lane matchups that we saw, but they're also doing perhaps even better than I expected. So off to a really good start on VP.
I guess
QBFY.
Yeah, dead again, isn't he?
Just dead immediately upon respawning.
Boom might be in trouble yet. He was under his tier 2, but look at Nande. Okay, trap. I'm going to give him the reach. I guess even more so, we expect them to do it, but it would be a bad sign for VP if they weren't in this position also.
Oh yeah, for sure. But one thing to say is that, you know, as the game progresses, it will get harder for them. Gyrocopter getting farm and whatnot, but opening up the top tower already, this allows them for maybe a move down to shut down Gyrocopter's free farm. Like, Gyro is the big hope for Navi. He needs to get farmed.
Yeah, also controlling enemy ancients, Tormentor, super handy for the TA. If she finds a way to stay up top and keep playing that, it'd be nice.
Tiny does get his hands on the double damage rune. Battery tried to deny it, not in time though.
Tiny's kind of far from Blink. Is that also an indication here Na'Vi are looking for later timing since Tiny's going for more little stopgap items?
Yeah, I mean, slightly later. But I think they're just struggling a bit, and getting the power treads allows them to at least farm. The game didn't look like he's going to be able to get too many kills if he goes blink immediately. He still doesn't kill TA with the jump. And they're going to hit, you know, probably similar timings. The Magnus is going for his blink as well. Needs 1,000 gold for it. It is concerning for Navi, though, that VP have done all this without using Dawn ulti a single time. Dawn ulti is still ready.
Yeah, true. Not even using that global prowess they've got. A D-ward from QBFY as the obs was about to expire, and Invoker goes under the same sentry that the obs was D-warded under. He has the backup of the Undying with a tombstone and a bit of a heal. Squadix feeling the brunt of that call down, but now the Scholar Guardian comes in. There's the Dawn ulti. In comes Boombo, Skewer RP on the two cores. They've put themselves in a position here on a silver platter for Na'Vi to turn on them and get two massive kills.
Yeah, that was optimistic to keep the Invoker alive. Everyone else already kind of dipped out. Means they're going to be able to punish both of them. So 2 core kills. Absolutely huge for Na'Vi, who have been struggling to get a foothold this game.
Yeah, right next to their Ancients, right? They guard their Ancients, get some kills. Gyro can now farm through it.
Yeah, they share the farm. All the cores get a little piece of the cake.
And both these Blink buyers getting closer and closer to that initiation tool.
Yeah, he got the kill on the Invoker on Tiny, so he only needs 400 more gold.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom tower being eyed up by VP, moving in for it. They have the tombstone soon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bat Rider. Demolished. Across
It's
the
so
river
much
there by
damage.
Shad.
You get a toss on you and you just can't move. 2.5 seconds of slow from Tiny toss. It's so
The
nasty.
A10
Radiant's bottom
A10
tower is
Warthog
under
comes
attack.
along with that big minigun of his.
Yeah.
Structures are fortified.
That too.
Radiant's bottom tower
TA has a Blink Dagger in this game. Not going for the Death Soul second item.
is under attack.
Trying to activate earlier on TA, moving towards mid.
Thanks to that little pocket of space they got by killing that top tier one. I'm just still thinking back to that play, right? Like VP invading enemy Ancients. They're trying to contest, trying to set up a bit of a base camp there. And it's a nice idea, and it's enabled by the tier 1 dying early on. But it's also just natural for Na'Vi to defend it.
Scanning.
Yeah.
You're playing aggressively into like a cool, nifty move, but if the enemy bring the numbers like Na'Vi did, there's no real purpose being there.
I mean, Navi were very happy to bring everyone because it was close and easy to their base, and they also, you know, are behind. When you're behind, you want to play together with your teammates. You don't really want to split up.
VP not respecting the power of friendship.
Indeed. Nakama.
Friendship, dedication, and love.
Undying finding a bit of farm on mid. He's got 2 mangoes queued up. Big ambitions. Wants to buy more mangoes.
Minute 14's coming up. So Kaori, of course, is looking to go and steal a Wisdom Rune. Oh, sees the Dawnbreaker.
You'll think better of it, but since they saw him, the
Dire's
Invoker
middle
is now on the
tower
hunt.
is under attack.
Could combo this. MP Tornado combo, and then if they bring in Dawnbreaker too, it's easy, but I think he can still kill him alone.
Solar Guardian's gonna be utilized here by Natus just to try and finish off this Ogre.
Okay.
Get it done.
He still has Dawnbreaker ulti on cooldown, so this opens up for the Blink Dagger timings. Blink on Magnus, Blink on Tiny. They could look for a move now, knowing Dawnbreaker can't punish it.
Also shows 2 core heroes, right?
Yeah,
Like Dawnbreaker and Invoker are also very important initiation heroes for VP.
they are.
Pre-Bat Blink.
Yeah, the big question is if Navi feel like they can make a move up top, though. Top area, TA has been there for a while. A lot of TA traps. They're gonna go on Magnus, Blink on Tiny. They could look for a move now, knowing Dawnbreaker can't punish it.
Also shows 2 core heroes, right?
Yeah,
Like Dawnbreaker and Invoker are also very important initiation heroes for VP.
they are.
Pre-Bat Blink.
Yeah, the big question is if Navi feel like they can make a move up top, though. Top area, TA has been there for a while. A lot of TA traps. They're gonna go for it. Maybe eyeing up mid instead. Mid tower is really low from all the harass earlier.
Radiant are
Because I just
scanning.
want a quick pick into a
Oh,
tower.
they saw Bat. That's a good target. We'll happily
doing?
jump him.
Problems? Smoke breaks on QBFY as Problems goes to farm the stack.
Radiant's
Brambles
top tower is
root up
under
the bat.
attack.
And the Tiny's still waiting to pull the trigger until he sees the perfect opportunity.
Very nice Bramble. Quickly catches him off out of position. Doesn't look like they're rushing to take mid tower, but Magnus and Tiny are moving for it. Boom.
Dire's middle
He wants it now. He's going in.
What are we doing, guys? Forget the wave. Go hit the building.
Dire's
Get a
middle
kill, take a
tower
building.
has fallen.
Easy Dota.
And that's now all the room in the world that Shad needed to finish off Aghanim Scepter. So Gyro hits Mach 1. First key item up.
Okay, get the farm acceleration. Also really, really high HP on him now. 2,100. With int treads, so could have even more.
Level 2 Bloodlust, level 3 Empower. So not quite at maximum efficiency yet for Na'Vi, but that will come with time.
More buffs. More.
Yeah. An Ogre's Polar Crest.
Yeah, that's when you really start popping off Drum Solar and all those buffs. Invoker does have his Witchblade, so he's on the hunt for kills. Squadix just running around together with the Undying bottom.
It does dish out a decent amount of damage if you can find
Radiant's
someone.
bottom tower is under attack.
Dawn ulti is back online, so they didn't manage to do anything beyond the support kill during the ulti cooldown.
Tiny just swings back into mid. Being looked at by the Bat Rider. They can blink away even from the flame break.
Tower is under attack.
And that bottom tower defended by Boom. Straight up blink RP on this Undying. QBFY can come in and help finish it off with a Tiny.
Just RPing even a poor little support like that. Just wants to get the kill. Back to farming. They are moving for top tower, but there's a nice observer from the Dire on TA to see if anyone invades.
Tiny and Willow.
Dire are scanning.
Bat Rider knows exactly what's going on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Let's
attack.
start pinging top. Time to open up this map.
Moves coming in to try and get some space. And of course, this is also going to be a nice area to control, because maybe you could even take Roche before it moves to bottom.
Dire's
2 minutes
top
remaining on
tower
that.
is under attack.
Again, against the TA team.
They
Roche is
do
good,
not want to
but
give it up.
Roche, even better.
TA still sitting here. Dawnbreaker ulti. Navi are just respecting it. They're saying, nah, it's too scary. Magnus,
Dire's top
pretty
tower
alone
is
now.
under attack.
Everyone retreats, yeah.
Both teams with a lot of respect here in game number 3. They've both shown that they can be dominating.
Well, Bat Rider can show off his blink here. High ground vision. Blink lasso onto Boom, and Nande can follow through. Good pick off on Magnus. Now, is this straight into Roshan?
It should be, I think. You have your Deso, you have Alacrity, even Undying ulti. They can take it very quickly. See no reason not to take Roche at this point. Mid tower is being pushed though, so meanwhile they're looking to get something done. Not necessarily killing the tier 2, but 50% HP gone.
I'm just trying to force something while they're pretty sure VP are in the pit.
Yeah, and Dawnbreaker has to be careful not to show.
And Gyro pushes out bottom. Backs up into jungle, continues his farm rate.
Yeah, Roche is gonna fall. It took a while, but mid tower
Dire's structures.
still alive at 630 HP. Glyph gets spent.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
VP now going to be able to start oppressing this map a bit more. Line was drawn there by the Dawnbreaker. Now shove out that top wave, get into the enemy Tormentor. The Ancients take that high value part of the map away from Gyrocopter, away from Na'Vi. It's a good spot for the TA to going to set up in.
Such a high farm game. And also, by the way, on 19-minute mark, both the carries were tied even at 221 exact last hits.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty crazy that they, to the number, are even. The Gyrocopter finding good farm, even though the TA has been maybe dominating the hero kills a bit more.
That's what this matchup expects, you know? We're talking about this. 50-50 over 13 years of play.
Dead even.
Radiant's
Dead
middle
even
tower
between the
is
carries
under
as well.
Trying to
Things never
bait
change.
mid using a bloodlusted Tiny, suspecting that a jump could come, but they are not near him. There is indeed a smoke, but it's over on the Ancients.
And the Dawnbreaker sees everything as the day breaks. VP, they do set up to try and push top tier 2 and take the enemy Ancients area, but at the same time, they are getting jumped
TA?
by Na'Vi. Tossed back on this TA. Nande ended by a tombstone, but the call down in this river. The placement of spells from Na'Vi and the misplacement of heroes from VP. Trapped now with a skewer back on the TA. They've got Solar Guardian coming. Nande saved up a bit by Natus, but the damage comes through too fast. Boom with that last-ditch RP. And next on the Dawnbreaker, now the Invoker is the last one kind of left in this fight. Running back away from Gyro and Ogre. Sanctity going to slow him down, helped out by Kaori. This Ice Wall delays their approach, slowing them down to slugs, but they've got so much damage spewed out from this Gyro that Na'Vi dominate the first real big fight we've seen.
That's what we expect from Navi's draft. The 5-man fight is so absurd. Their spells are crazy, but the jump was also really clean. They got onto TA, repositioned her. She wasted her Hurricane Pike, well, wasted, but had to use it to just reposition once. But then they bring her back again, killing her first as well there with the call down. That's just really nice combination from Navi. And boom. Boom on the Magnus, showing that he can also do what we saw Sanctity do in the previous game.
They drag back some of these key targets. That's kind of spelling a bit of despair for VP. I don't want to say doom. I don't want to say, you know, all is lost.
Radiant are
But coming out that laning stage, being ahead, feeling, you know, warm and fuzzy inside, getting an early Roshan. I'm a TA lineup.
Yeah.
Then immediately losing it. Now Na'Vi are ahead in net worth.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's very big to be able to win fights when the enemy have Aegis, and that Na'Vi had the balls to go for that play. Not a lot of teams would say, okay, the enemy team have Aegis, minute 20, let's go and fight them. You know, quite often teams just say, okay, we dodge them, we split push and farm. But Na'Vi, they understand their power spikes, they understand that they have a lot of team fighting heroes, so they just go and take it. Both teams taking Tormentor early. We saw the Tormentor shard going towards Undying for the side of Dire. Radiant, it's going to go towards Ogre. And not a bad shard in this game. It's actually insanely good against TA. And against Dawnbreaker.
Yeah. Shoot little fireballs at people.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fireballs, but more so the damage block. 85% damage resistance from 3 attacks. Is really good. That could
Does that
mitigate
include
all of
the
TA's burst.
Starbreaker attacks?
Yeah, the Starbreaker attacks count. So you would reduce 85% of an entire Starbreaker combo if you have a fresh Fire Shield on you.
Nice.
Which is crazy, actually.
That's pretty cool.
I wonder if that... Yeah, I guess that also means you probably lower the healing that Dawnbreaker gets, since it reduces the damage of it. Yeah, just neat overall. I think very good shard to get, whereas the Undying shard, not bad as well. He can now save people. He can maybe break the combinations. If they go on TA, he can slap down the fat bunker of the big tombstone.
The grab ally. Smoker to smoke, though. Hello, Bat. Oh, goodbye, Bat. Blinks away, but now Boom is going to jump in and chase. Lasso with the TA over the top on the Solar Guardian. Boom has to try and square away, but he's dead. Damage on the Bat looks good, but the heals there on Notice charges right in on top of their heads. This Dawnbreaker slaps Kaori, but he's got to face up against a Gyro now. And this BKB Shad proves too difficult to break through, while the TA does jump in. Hurricane looks like it's going to get dodged out. There's some illusions out of the Manta style from Shad.
Yeah, interesting he went for the Manta style. Not a super common item on the Gyrocopter, but I do like it here. Can dispel the Cold Snap, dispel the Witchblade, and also just disjointing those auto attacks from ranged cores. You're playing against the TA and Invoker, so it can be quite valuable.
Like, lots of little stuff, right? Like TA traps.
Sticky Napalm, yeah, a bunch of things.
Even like Batrider Blink Lasso, right? You can... It's not like a Manta dodge the lasso, but
Yeah,
if you see
panic
Bat jump in,
Manta.
you can Manta to kind of dodge the animation.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's good. People sometimes just, you know, autopilot go Sanji Asha when they play Gyro, but Manta is a good option sometimes.
Are scanning.
That looks pretty good here. Can you dispel off the Flesh Golem damage amp?
Yes. Yeah. He has to hit you again. Or actually, yeah, it says it cannot be dispelled, but that's just the Flesh Golem itself cannot be dispelled.
That's like the Winter Wyvern
effects-
Arctic Burn undispellable.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're still flying, but you can dispel it, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit confusing, but if he hits you, you can dispel the effect. Then he has to hit you again.
Lots of little things.
Dire's top tower.
25 minutes in, Tier 1
Ooh.
top finally dies.
Undying was spotted, and a nice bramble again, QBFY.
Grab
Doesn't
ally.
miss. I am a house. Can't go on me.
Scanning.
Ziggurat.
That's honestly a big cooldown though. 80 seconds for the tombstone, so they could go for more moves.
Looks like VP still want to try and play around this top left corner of the map. They brought
Yeah.
a lot of heroes.
They brought a lot of heroes, but I don't know if they want to take this fight. It's risky to take a fight without tombstone available. It's one of their big, like one of the few big teamfight spells. They have Dawn ulti, they have tombstone, and there's like Invoker with the rest of the teamfight spells.
Radiant's bottom
Bat
tower
Rider had no
is under
intention of
attack.
joining there. He was down bottom pushing wave.
Yeah. He's just working on his Force Staff. Understandably so. I think very hard for him to play the game with only Blink Dagger. He kind of needs to blink, go on someone, and then Force Staff out. Otherwise he just dies.
Gyro just keeps amassing this incredible amount of wealth. Closing in on 20k net worth.
Radiant's bottom tower
He is leading the way. He's been empowered and bloodlusted quite a bit. Ogre is nearby with the Solar Crest as well. He's running to his 2 buffers. He's like, please, channel your power onto me. He doesn't get a bloodlust. Corey's like, no.
Come on. Give him the spells.
Is it smoke time? Can I shove mid-wave?
I've got a big wave bottom to deal with as well.
Radiant's bottom tower
And Roshan fast spawn is 10 seconds away.
Yeah, we'll see how fast it's gonna be. The invasion coming here, the movement speed from smoke and bloodlust, you can go quite deep with the gank. Be hard to react to for VP.
Dire
2-minute
are
Roche
scanning.
spawn. And Dire scan over near the pit.
Is under attack.
Not going to connect on anyone right now. And Na'Vi is still hunting in the shadows. Nothing comes of it.
Good read by VP. They understood the gank and they just sat back, played very safe. And meanwhile, Squadix also didn't completely abandon bottom. He kept pushing in bottom lane, tornadoing and pushing with Meteor and Forge Spirits. So he's getting good farm on Invoker. Working towards a BKB. Already has the Hurricane Pike as well, so I
Radiant's
think
bottom
doing a
tower
good job
is under
trying to stay decently farmed. This game is largely becoming all about Gyrocopter though, and can you deal with him?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The butterfly timing will be quite enormous.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Brilliant. Yeah, you got to commit this Daedalus fruit as well.
Yeah, and didn't get Quiver this game. She got a good one in Nemesis Curse. Definitely a great item.
Is under attack.
Invoker got the Quiver, but you know, it's probably gonna overlap with his Witchblade True Strike anyway a lot of the time.
Radiant's
Yeah.
bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower
Right now.
is under attack.
We're avoiding Na'Vi.
Dire's top tower
Playing keep away, shoving out multiple lanes. Mid and bot.
Navi,
Still in the...
middle tower
Like,
is
when
under
you're playing
attack.
2 lanes in Dota, you know, you feel like you're in a good spot. You've got the pressure.
look at this move from VP though, going
Where'd they go?
down below, up towards Roche. They understand Roche spawn timer because of TA. So they know it's top Roche, they have to make a move for it, and they made that move early. The Invoker does not have travels.
Oh, gem down.
Ooh, that is a big freebie.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Unlucky.
Yeah,
Dire's
steal your
turret
gem.
has been killed.
And now you're a little bit afraid to go and commit to Roche.
Yeah,
They're just holding this
FY
area.
in a split position.
Just on the TA, Nande blinks away. Gyro's going to deal with a tombstone as the Undying plants himself inside of it, but loses his life.
Yeah, that's...
Awkward situation.
So in the end, not going to be able to stop the Roche from being taken. 30 seconds until it moves bottom, but I think they can easily kill it in time. So they're just going to settle for going mid, pushing a tower. They're going to go for a tier 2.
Is under attack.
Glyph protects it for now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, find what you can. Well, your opponents take that.
I mean, they
Roshan
found a free
down.
gem. That's a good one. That gem was supposed to be countering the TA, but instead, now that's a free gem on Batrider.
Super nice.
Yeah, Corey has to feel bad buying this and not getting to hold it for even a second.
And then VP see the state of the map. Gyro with Aegis. So he gets to shove out this bottom lane, but this at around the pin
On
gate,
mag.
Boom has come through alone, and there's 4 VP heroes. A welcoming party here to bring him down.
This
Don't
is just
worry.
not the place to be right now. QBFY cancelled his gate channel. He was going through the gate, but yeah, you don't want a 1-by-1 feed like that.
There's no out of there quick. Yeah.
That's the thing. Even if you have BKB on Magnus, you're not that safe. The lasso is a great tool for bringing you down easily.
And a bit more breathing room for VP, who still find themselves 5k up with the positioning on the map that they've held, farming multiple lanes. We're
TA,
kind of
by the way,
losing out.
almost has the entire MKB. She's 200 gold away now, so Daedalus and MKB, her damage is absurd. Just need to keep her alive in the fight, and she could kill the Gyrocopter quite quickly. She does rely heavily on her team's positioning, though. So many things can go wrong. She doesn't have a BKB. All it takes is, you know, a single jump from Tiny, and that might be it.
And do you want to wait out the Aegis anyway?
Are scattered.
Yeah, ideally. Ideally you want to wait, but... I mean, TA looks so fragile right now.
I was thinking, you say she can kill a Gyro, you know, once, but can she kill him twice?
Yeah, she could kill him twice, but the thing is that there are other spells that are gonna mess with her, right? She could definitely take the fight, but something is gonna go wrong. You're gonna get skewered, you're gonna get tossed, you're gonna get terrorized. Someone
Right, there's no
will catch
BKB
you.
on this TA, huh?
Yeah, she has nothing, so with all the disables on Radiant, it's gonna be tricky for her. Her positioning has to be perfect.
Bottom tower has fallen.
He's sitting and setting up the trap for Shad. I hit him. It's a miss. That's disappointing. What did you buy the MKB for? Get the 20% chance miss?
And Shad just on his high ground, killing tier 3.
Good
And
damage,
goes the
though.
side gunner.
Has fallen.
Gyrocopter losing all his HP to Cyblades.
And now they're using those traps nicely. And Na'Vi get what they came for. Still 2 minutes left on Aegis as well, so they can get back to maintaining lanes. Killing the Invoker would be super nice here, but I doubt they'll be able to find him.
Yeah. Overall, Squadix has had good positioning in this game. He has the Hurricane Pike and the BKB now, so not the easiest target to kill.
Exactly. Comes back to rejoin the rest of Na'Vi here around High Ground Observer Ward. Ring around the rosy, wait to see who comes.
The fact that they stole that gem is so important, man. Otherwise, this game would look completely different. All the TA traps would be gone, the vision would be removed. But because of the gem steal, they're actually able to play the map still on VP.
Oh, but that's huge. Satanic Gyro.
Yeah, fixes his HP real quick. And 1 minute, 30 seconds on the Aegis. He might want to go on the high ground. They have great heroes for fishing as well. They can just look to see if they get a pick. Magnus and Tiny, either of them could catch something.
Up he goes. Quickly going to dispatch with the ranged racks. Look at the melee. That's Chad. Will lose about half of his HP and mana there to some nice right clicks and the EMP. Flame Break pushes him out of the Sunstrike though.
It saved
The
him.
backdoor, fortification, and the glyph sticking in here to defend this melee barracks against the Gyro. Still no real signs that VP are going to punch back yet. Dawnbreaker's on the other side of the map, pushing, ready for Solar Guardian. That rider could blink lasso, but it is 40 seconds of Aegis that they're hoping to wait out and go for that. Or exposed Gyrocopter. He
Triggered
dies the
once.
first time.
Yeah. So Lasso could be a play.
Ambles and BKB from Shad, making sure they kill off this Undying and the Tombstone quickly. And now 5v4, and they're still going to lasso jump this Gyro. He needs help quick. He's being dragged in toward VP. He's got a ton of heals. The backup is coming, but it's not fast enough. The damage out of this TA, out of VP. destroys the gyro and the Magnus.
Too deep to take the fight, and beautiful execution there by VP. They slowly bait out the Aegis, triggering it down with damage from afar, and then they have enough tools to reposition this gyrocopter. And I don't know what happened to both the Tiny and the Magnus. I thought someone would be able to jump in there and try and rescue him, but he didn't really have anything to stop the TA dealing damage.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there would be a toss back or a blink RP or something. There's Undying.
I think
like
the
walking...
Tombstone may have cancelled the blink daggers.
Radiant's middle tower is
That's the
under
thing, right? Undying just like walks into the middle of 5, dies, but puts his tombstone down. That's up for a good fight.
middle tower.
While losing his life.
Steal on the Tormentor too. Get shard on Batrider. Every little bit helps. 13k lead right now. All heroes getting pretty farmed as the Dawnbreaker, similar to what we saw in previous game in series. Dawnbreaker is getting big.
Do you still
Radiant's top tower is
think
under
the
attack.
kind of outline is there from what we talked about post-draft? That late game Na'Vi are going to feel decent heading into, 50 plus minutes, I think you said, and then VP a smaller window now?
I mean, I generally think that late game is Radiant favored based on the heroes, but look at Magnus farm. He's falling off really hard. He's not had the best game. He walked into a lot of heroes down at the gate earlier. Boom is just not really progressing in items. So that is worrisome. Whereas the Dawnbreaker, there's a 6,000 gold difference between the offlaners.
Yeah, that's big.
So now I think VP are happier to go into late game. It's all about what shape you go into late game. If you're getting
That's
there
why
in a good way.
I was like very delicate with how I worded it, right? The outline of what is, nothing is set in stone, right? There's no 10 commandments or whatever of Dota.
No, it's all about, how you get there, basically, a lot of the time. And right now, VP 16k gold ahead. They can definitely keep building and play for level 25 timings. They're not necessarily stressed. TA does have full Swift Blink. Looking really strong right now.
Tiny. We'll have to show up in that mid lane. That Rider, though, blinks past him to get Boom's Magnus. The bigger target in reality. And the TA hits, they just keep on coming. They don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. The TA hits landing in onto Boom and Sanctity. Nande annihilates 2 big tanky cores, while Gyro from his high ground trying to deal with the Natus Dawnbreaker. He got a Blade Mail up, the heal from the Soul Rip, 4 staff away. Dawnbreaker breaks free. And BKB ends. Still trying to face off against Squadix here, who's got the shiny golden Invoker, taking the Gyro out of the fight to the left-hand side, while Nande is dealt with. Boom yet again, who bought back and died.
Very nice kiting from them, using their 4 staffs really well, the Hurricane Pike and the 4 staff on the Batrider, as well as the Hurricane on the Invoker. All these 4 staffs doing so much, even Undying has one. So you're playing against quadruple 4 staff and there's no nullifier, making this game very tricky for Navi.
You can see Shad kind of going through the motions of deciding what item to go next.
Yeah,
Shoot up, Aghanim's Blessing, a Rapier, a Daedalus, back to Daedalus.
I think it has to be nullifier. Like, if he gets the Aghanim's Blessing and gets the nullifier, then I can see how they take fights. But right now, there's so much back and forth kiting. Unless your Magnus and Tiny get a great jump and catch people, pull them deep in, then you just get kited non-stop.
I guess that is the big issue, and probably what he's looking at here is that the last 3 engagements, Sanctity and Boom haven't been able to initiate at all, right? It's not just a bad initiation; they've not been able to jump and catch, or
yeah, we haven't really seen Magnus Tiny connecting the way they need to. I mean, so I'd say Sanctity is playing poorly. He only died once, but he's not finding the jumps on the TA, which is the priority target.
I guess him, if he goes, Daedalus or Rapier or whatever, is him trusting his team the next fight to land their spells.
Yep, he definitely is.
A lot of
and
trust.
He also kind of needs it. He needs some damage outputs. I do believe, in my eyes, the Nullifier would be better because it gives you damage and armor. And armor isn't the worst thing here against the Dawnbreaker, who's starting to hit hard, has the Assault Cuirass, and even the TA, of course. The Tormentor, Dire have just been taking so many Tormentors. Solo taken by Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, through the series as well. They've stolen 2 or 3. They've taken all of their own ones. Nande now with a shard.
Oh,
Na'Vi with a smoke.
The glimmer, the trickster cloak, and then glimmer away from Undying.
He spots them coming.
What a
And
good
again,
smoke
Tiny
break.
Tiny can't jump anyone. This was like an important moment, right? Looking at the buyback status, if Na'Vi had got a kill on like anyone but the TA there, like Dawnbreaker and Bat now have buyback, but I think it was just the TA who had buyback.
Yeah.
You'll look at yourself in a position where you opened bot lane already, mid lane could be gone at.
Nice.
Na'Vi now instead, they miss the initiation, they lose their Dark Willow.
They
Roshan
went
has
with
respawned.
They went with a 10-minute timing. The Dawnbreaker full map vision, and they saw the Willow and jumped her.
Oh, they get the kill. And now Na'Vi, without their Willow, still looking to fight. They know they've got to. Roshan's alive. He's in the pit. Na'Vi can't give up on this spot. They've got to get a jump one way or the other, whether it's Tiny or Magnus. These heroes, they can't get initiated on together. I think that's the big problem that's happened previously. So Sanctity, he's going to jump. Doesn't get a catch in anyone. And he's dragged around by the EMP. There's a Scythe device now on the Invoker, though. They've got to be wary of that. As Natus tries to get a bit of distance turned on with the Terrorize and the Control. Sanctity, right, he's inside the tombstone. The grab ally saves him for a little while. Natus, full rip, heal up, not enough, but in comes the TA. They bought time, but the RP from Boom. Turn around, saw the Guardian, buyback Dawnbreaker, keeping Nanda alive, and now come in the big hits from the Templar Assassin. Shredding the Boom, Magnus with a toss up. Hand of the damage, TA down, buys back as well. They're all surrounding this Natus Dawnbreaker, but he turns and Starbreakers them down. A good tornado holds them back, and that's a 5-man wipe as VP clean out the bottom fight.
That's absolutely beautiful there. The Dawnbreaker having the buyback, so even though they finally bring her down after so much effort, she just clicks buyback and clicks ulti, and there we go. It's an amazing fight.
Now the 4 buybacks make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Same spot, different heroes, different outcome.
And Ogre got this, you know. He's gonna go and pick up the bounty runes for the buyback money. The Gyrocopter will have buyback with the bounty runes. They're
And
not.
Magus will respawn. Oh, another chance, maybe.
Maybe.
Link in from Gyro, trying to make it work.
He's dead.
Shad, Lasso, killed him, dead. And that's got to be it now. The dieback of the Gyro as Magnus was respawning. The throne is fallen. And VP will take this series 2-1, upsetting the balance and getting the 1-up on Na'Vi. Shifting over 13 years to, what, a 51-49.